an alarm clock, Troy. We gotta get you an alarm clock.
Hibernation is real.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hashtag
Yeah!
B.O.B.S. B.O.B.S. That's the new hashtag. B.O.B.S. That stands for Birds of Broad Street, episode 36. Listen, y'all. Your boy Mizzy Miz Cool Cat Kind YouTube representing the Birds. Just gonna let you guys in after I introduce everybody because outside of Gray in the offseason and outside of talking about probably Andre Dillard getting traded, it's been crickets at the NovaCare complex. Like crickets. Like, what the heck is Howie Roseman doing? We're going to answer that, too, because I don't know y'all know this is crickets. Like, crickets. Nothing. Squat. Absolutely nothing. So let's get it on. What's up? Trigger Trey, one half of Bird the Line, one half the Aftermath, OTR, man of 1,000 hand signals, one Trigger Trey. Rock.
You already know what the vibes is, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Man that counts 1,000 sheeps, one Trey rock.
I am not giving you that nickname. I'm sticking with Trigger.
Hey.
I am not giving you that nickname. But the man who gave me that
hibernation into, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm not giving you that nickname. But the man who did is the owner of BIRDGANG Nation Sports Media, Jalen Hurts' #1 fan. My God, I can't believe you. BIRDGANG 31.
It's all love, though, you know.
I know. I know. No, I know. No, she game warm it up.
Hey, y'all already know the vibes. Hey, yeah, warm this thing up, gang. You know what time it is. You know you want me. You know you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion. Hey, Birds of Broad Street. My man said episode 36 in this thing.
36.
We rocking strong, fellas. So y'all already know. Let's go check this phone count real quick. Hold up. Lambo, I know y'all see what we on the quest on this year. Ring check. We all the way in there, gang. So if y'all new to this ride or any of my brothers' channels, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Cause y'all know. Hey, listen, we only got what 10 days into the draft, fellas. Oh yeah, it's about to get real. We about to go and close out these thoughts because we almost there, fellas. So let's go and tap in and let's go make this thing happen, gang.
Exactly. If y'all didn't catch the schedule that I put out on the Birds of Broad Street Twitter channel, Twitter page, today is the final call-in show for the NFL draft. Next week is our mock draft. The following week, we're going to talk about the draft. The following week is the NFL schedule countdown where you guys will be coming in. The following Monday, because all of us are going to be either busy on the Wednesday or doing our video schedule. On that Monday, the following week, we'll be talking about the schedule and making our pre-prediction. It's our pre. It's not the official one until after the third preseason draft. It's our pre-prediction of the whole schedule. We'll do that when the schedule comes out on the following Monday after that. So like I said, y'all, I got absolutely nothing. And listen, Listen, I know what y'all thinking. It's going to be a short show. No, that's the reason why I call it a call-in, because I'm bringing you people in. You guys are going to come in and talk about it. Y'all got any questions for us? Bring them in. I'll invite you in a few minutes. But what we're going to do, because we got this rumor of Andre Dillard probably getting traded, and we're going to once again grade this offseason and why the heck Howie Roseman is so dang quiet all of a sudden, and what's he doing? Let's see. What do you say, BIRDGANG? Because I can't read. What do you say?
He said, "Went to pick my girlfriend up from the beauty spot, so I really know you're making the press."
Hey, leave the fluffs alone, blah. Hey, my man over here, salute to my guy, Just Blaze, ripping me up, talking about I'm hot off the press. My guy. Hey, y'all know I've been rocking this offseason. Relax. Y'all know
Exactly. So let's talk about this offseason. What the heck is Howie Roseman doing? Because I get it, Tyrann Mathieu is still out there. Maybe we get him, maybe we won't. It's crickets. If I could have put in the cricket sound on here, which I did before the show, my bad, but it's been crickets at the Novacare complex. So I want y'all thought before we make our grades of this whole offseason so far. Nocha Gang, what is your GM doing?
Hey, listen, half of us don't know what our GM is doing half the time in Philadelphia. But honestly, again, I'm not sad. I'm not sitting here saying I'm disappointed with how everything went in this offseason. Because again, we weren't big high, splashing, hitting all of these players that are out here getting overpaid, in my opinion. I think, some of these players commanded the bag. They got what they wanted. We wasn't really involved with this whole, the front line of going out there and getting all these premium players. I'm okay with that. Our focus, in my opinion, needs to be in this draft anyway. So right now, I'm okay with the moves we make. I don't think we've done enough. But again, my focus is this draft. So right now, I mean, it's still out there on our GM. I do like the signings. The only two signings I'm really feeling, honestly, is, of course, Hassan Reddick, and then also we got, who else was it? Kazir White. Those are probably my only two that are jumping off to me. So again, the defense we know needs to be a focus. It was a focus. Hopefully, we're gonna continue to address it in the draft. So again, I'm not high or low right now on our GM. I mean, I'm seeing we're doing what we need to do. Hopefully, we better get this draft done. That's gonna be my true evaluation. So y'all already know that's where I'm at. I'm looking at this draft.
Exactly. Granzert, I know you want the the green lights on. You're going to get them when the time is right. Can we get to the draft first?
Hey, we missing the green lights, bro. He trying to let you know. We need to get that
all right. I'm about to put them on in a few minutes. Let me pass it on to Trey. Your thoughts on Howie Roseman while I get these green lights on. Y'all really love these green lights. Pat myself on the back. Go ahead, Trey.
I mean, to be honest, what moves do you expect them to make right now? It's like, there's nothing to be done right now until draft time. So, I mean, this usually, if you look around the NFL, nobody's really making moves. So, I mean, this be the little quiet period before the draft. Who knows? We might make a little splash move in the draft, or we maybe not. But nobody in the NFL is really making moves right now. That was early free agency time. Now it's just a little quiet period, and we figuring out stuff to talk about, like Kyler Murray coming to the Philadelphia Eagles, like little stuff like that.
I'm glad you said that. We'll talk about it.
Everything just smoke screen right now. That's what you're gonna get all the way up into the draft. So I mean, y'all might as well just lock in, sit tight, and just wait.
You happy, Granford? I got the green lights on. They're on. They're on. It's just for this one time because there ain't no games on. There ain't really the only thing that's coming up soon is draft. That's what the green lights are for. Green light victory, not for no quiet storm.
My Philadelphia 76ers is about to play in a little bit. That's a great. That's something that's going on.
Hey,
you might need the red. Then you might need the red for it. You might need the red for it. BIRDGANG.
Philly hate me right now with this basketball business, but it's okay. It's all love. You know,
No,
hey,
I
look,
ain't talking.
Sixers,
I'm just like, whatever,
we
man.
know
How
y'all
y'all,
face soon
how
enough.
y'all lose like that though? Notion. That was a
Hey, I don't
heartbreaker.
even want to talk about it, bro. Listen, you already know I ain't trying to talk about how my Nets lost right now, but hey, the Sixers is on soon. I'll be checking that out, getting my hate on, so y'all can come join this misery boat. Y'all already know.
BIRDGANG, BIRDGANG, before we go with Sixers talk on the show.
I
BIRDGANG,
want Sixer talk. That's when the talk conversation ends. It's 'cause I don't even.
Can't talk Sixers talk with Pacers fans, man.
Well, I'm a Pacer
Hey,
fan, so basically, being a Pacer fan, you're not even a basketball fan
are
right
you
now.
a Pacer
Yeah,
fan?
nah.
So,
You don't even,
so
you
you
don't even
know,
got a basketball team
welcome
right
to the
now.
off season, y'all. We
we're
talking
kind of
Sixers
chilling.
on the birds of Broad
Hey,
Street.
we saw some
What?
USFL. I went to the first USFL
Welcome to
game.
the off
That was
season.
awesome.
It's all Philly love. It's all Philly love.
All right, go ahead, BIRDGANG.
I would say, like, we all went into the offseason getting all hyped up. 3 draft picks, money. We wanted the world. We didn't get it. But I will say he did get some nice pieces. And I think moving forward, a lot of these moves he didn't make was smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking to Chris Franklin. Shout out to NG.com. He said it nicely, man. It's just like we had Christian Kirk set the market so high for receivers, but we were still in there trying to get receivers. And what people were trying to realize, he said he heard Howie Roseman talking about how, he wants so many receptions for, a Dallas Goddard, so many receptions for Devontae Smith, try to get Quez worked into there to the point when you're talking to these high priced receivers, it's like you're letting them know off jump. Like, I want Devontae Smith to get over 100 targets. You know what I'm saying? Like, the target sharing that he already has in mind. So he's like, he has to pay you accordingly to that, as opposed to paying, top dollar for you just to get you on the team. So that's probably a big reason why we missed out on some of these big receivers. It wasn't the fact that they didn't want to play here. It was just the fact that, Howie came to him like, hey, Devontae's going to be the head guy. And I told everybody that. I go, I don't think Howie's going to try to go out there and get nobody better than Devontae Smith, just because, that's your prized possession. Like, if you go overshadow him already, it's like you're like wasting that talent. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he couldn't have a decent year, but, you want him to be your star. You want your draft pick to be your star player on your team. And I think that's what Howie's going with. So in terms of like that kind of free agency, he gave me a 60% chance he still thinks the Eagles will get the Honey Badger. He's like 60% chance right now out of all the teams available that the Honey Badger would be probably one to come here most. What it's going to come down to is the draft. Who we're going to get in the draft, and I think any of these rest of these free agents that are decent at all, that you will want to bring your team, none of them probably going to sign until the draft's over. And the teams are now locking in on a draft. It's 10 days away. If someone falls to you, you don't need to pay that big money for the position. And you can get a draft pick and, have your nice little have your position filled nicely by a draft pick. So I agree with what Howie's doing. I want to see what happens in the draft now. But like Jeremiah says, it really pushed more pressure on this draft. And you already gave away one of your 3 first-round picks. So that puts even more pressure on you to make sure you nail these 2 off the jump.
That's what bothered me.
Hold on. Time out real quick.
Go ahead.
I hear BIRDGANG now talking about I'm okay with this. Nah, put your real feelings out there, BIRDGANG. Let them know, because I know before all of this, you wanted us to go out there and sign everybody. We needed to sign Devontae Adams. We needed to go ahead and sign. Hey, listen, we needed to sign all the top tier agents. We ain't do none of that. So they're
all gone. No shit, I can't keep the hype up no more. They're gone. So it's like I came to my senses and realized that I cannot hype up nobody else that is left on the market. So we're gonna go with good move. Let's see what you do in this draft pick. Let's see what you do.
This what bothered me about that though. When you said he didn't want to get nobody better than Devontae Smith. It's like, who goes into a season or anything thinking about something like that? Because if you think Devontae Smith,
We got the coach in the building. What's up, coach?
What's good,
you think
y'all?
Devontae Smith is the dog that you think it is, it don't matter who you bring in there. Nobody can overshadow that. So, I mean, I don't feel like that was the reason. I feel
But
like
that's
Howie
what I
Roseman.
said, that part of it. But in terms of the part he said that he heard Howie talking about was the fact that when he goes to the negotiations, you're not going to pay no guy no top tier money if you're already trying to get so many targets out to Devontae Smith or Goddard, which I think that makes
I can understand that part, but
that,
the
that
part
makes
of because any receiver could feel that way. Like Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson coming in there taking half of that shine away. Jamar Chase coming in there doing what he did. Like any number one wide receiver could feel that way. It's not about feelings. It's about winning and getting your team to where they need to be.
and
So,
development. Because if you go get a number 2, now you're pushing Quest down the line.
but
His
that
development gets
actually
done as well.
help him too though, because now that takes more pressure off Quez Watkins. You don't have to have that number 2 pressure. Now he could go work on nickel corners, linebackers, safeties like that, and get off on them dudes. So that I don't understand it, but maybe that is what it is.
Coach, what's your thoughts on all this and the thoughts on the off season so far?
First of all, I just want to thank y'all for having me on, man. Anytime I get the opportunity,
Hey,
to press the stream y'all link.
it's a call in, Joe. Anytime you want to pop up,
Football.
anytime you want to, you got the invite.
Yeah,
I
coach,
got you. But in the
you
man
got
in the middle,
free
though,
open
I want to
invitation,
know.
brother.
I need a hiding spot for you, Notion. I want to know where you hide at. I need a good hiding spot in the middle. I need to know where you hide at. I need to find your hiding case or something.
Bruh.
But
Remember,
again,
Coach,
man,
anytime you want to pop in, regular season, schedule, whatever, just let us know.
I got you.
Yeah.
But at the end, like, I can't say I don't know how much better we gotten. Look like we still, besides of the linebackers, Zamir White, and besides of Pascal, we're just basically the same squad. And like we're just basically the same squad, except those 2 additions. Again, I know Hassan Reddick, yep. The team really ain't changed much, but you did get a little better. You didn't get a lot better. It ain't like we got a lot better. But again, we gotta have to hit major on those 2 picks in the draft. I think we're gonna have to hit major on those 2 picks in the draft due to that we lost 1 pick already. That's kind of big, but again, I see where everybody's coming from. In the future a little bit, but again, we didn't do anything major to kind of boost up the team or get a big name wide receiver or anything. I understand Howard Roseman, he tried, he failed, but again, we didn't do too much major. We didn't do too much major. It's still like besides 3 players and besides signing our own, it's just the same team. Same receiving corps except Pascal. It's just the same team from last year except 3 players. But again, we just got to hit on the draft. We just got to hit major on the draft.
So I got a question real quick, and y'all let us know in the chat also, because I'm hearing this from everybody that we technically, we didn't get that much better. We only, we pretty much looking like the same team. But the question, did we get any worse this offseason? Y'all let me know, kind of your thoughts on that. I honestly don't think we got any worse. So that's got to be a positive in itself.
And in terms of better, I think a lot of people are missing the fact that our coaches are going into year 2. Our players are going into year 2 and 3. Like that jump alone. You remember what happened with Dougie P. First year, he had a Carson, but we won 7 games or whatnot. And the next year in the Super Bowl, not saying that's going to happen, but at the same time, just being in the same system for 2 years in a row is an improvement from our football team. And then you're improving from a playoff team last year. Look at our division. The NFC's gotten weaker. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. The NFC got weaker. We have a soft schedule. Again, I know soft doesn't mean anything until you play the games, but we got a soft schedule anyway. And the NFC, all the good quarterbacks went to the AFC. And like for us to get another 7th round, not 7th round, 7th place pick for the playoffs, whatever, that should be automatic right now. That's how I feel. Like that should be like your floor, going into the season. We need to get that spot again next year. And your ceiling could be anywhere up as high as you want to go. NFC Championship, Super Bowl, whatever you want to do.
And see, my thing real quick, Cool Cat, I just want to just put this out there because when you talk about us getting worse and getting better, again, you got to look around at this division. Honestly, go take it down the line. Did Dallas get better this offseason? I can't honestly say that. Everybody up here laughing. Again, I can't say they got better. Did Washington get better? I don't know yet. I ain't going to sit here and act like Carson. Again, I got my own feelings on that. It is what it is. But did the Giants get better? I don't think they've gotten any better. So again, when you look at the overall, I guess, GM moves that we've done this offseason, yes, I think we've gotten slightly better, and we haven't gotten worse like some of these other NFC East teams. And that's all I'm putting out there.
For me,
I also feel like experience makes you better too. So with all those young guys going into their second and third year, like BIRDGANG said, like Notion said, you should be better. I ain't gonna say you will be, but you should be. You should be a little bit more comfortable. The game slow down a little bit more for you. I mean, you can react instead of just thinking about what you gotta do all the time. It's just like, I mean, that's just natural stuff right there. So I don't feel like we got worse. I mean, I feel like if anything, we're going to be better. So, I mean, that's just my feelings though.
For me, I didn't think we get worse. I think we got better as well. Because like I said, I've been saying it for weeks, man. You got no choice but to be better. With this division, I mean, the Giants are trash. Washington, trash. Cowboys are blowing up their whole organization. Stephen Jones, what's up? The NFC is wide open. It ain't easy. It ain't hard. It's favorable. Pause. It's favorable. And when it comes to your schedule, it's the same thing. Favorable. I know. I said pause. My bad. When it comes to all that, you got no choice but to be better. I'm not going to make up my prediction because that's after the schedule on the Monday after when we make our pre-prediction. I'm not saying nothing until I see the schedule. But until then, we know our opponents, but I want to see when we face them. So I think we got better. It's just Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. I ain't saying Devontae Smith because he'll get better. Dallas Goedert will get better. Miles Sanders, you need to step up. I get you being disrespected, but you need to get better. Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni is going to be here. Jalen Hurts, I need a big season from you. There's no Russell Wilson. There's Carson Wentz. Don't get me started. There's Daniel Jones. Stephen Jones is blowing up the whole Cowboys, whole organization. Now, we won't know what happened until September 11th. I don't know what's up with them, but Jalen Hurts and this whole Eagles organization, you have to get better because the NFC. Before I get into coach, the NFC is not going to be like this next year. Justin Fields will get better. Trey Young will get better. The NFC East will probably get a bunch of new quarterbacks. This conference will get better next year. It ain't going to be this bad like everybody's going to say next year. So this is your one and only opportunity. You might want to take advantage of it. Go ahead, Coach.
Like out of all the years to win the NFC East and to probably go deep in the playoffs, this will be probably the year with every big name player going to the AFC, which is the Western Conference of basketball over there. Now it turned into, this is pretty much, I sense, the year that the Eagles got to take advantage. This is the only year they probably can come away and win this NFC East and probably get far. But again, I'm not trying to go be a 7 seed and get knocked out in the first round because that's not an improvement at all. I'm trying to go further than that. We supposed to had a rebuilding year again last year. We exceeded expectations with a roster that's supposed to be rebuilding. Now it's time to make the moves. Since the NFC got weaker, NFC East and got weaker, now it's time to go up and get farther than that first round to be better than that 9-8 season. If it's another 9-8 season, this is a failure again. And losing the first round, this is a complete failure again because it's not a progressing year. You expect to make that big jump now that this team got more experience. They know what it likes to get punched in the mouth in the playoffs. They know what they need to get better at now. Now it's all about going up in progression. Now it's all about going up and progressing. And it's just going to basically have to start with the draft. See what we can do in the draft.
Exactly. So I got a question for you guys. Let's talk about the draft. What do you want to see from this draft? Like what do you want to? Who do you want the Eagles to draft? As we sit here, 10 days from the NFL draft, who do you want the Eagles to draft with the 15th and the 18th pick? Do you want them to move up, down? What do you want them to do with this draft? No, Shagain, you first.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. How I look at this draft, I really honestly don't have like a set player because there's quite a few players sitting here at the top. So regardless, I want 2 impact players. That's what I want in this first round. I don't think we need to trade up anymore. I don't want to be seen as trading back picks to stack up more picks in the future. I think we're good on all of that right now. So I need to see in this draft 2 impact players. I would preferably like an impact player on defense starting and an impact player on offense. That's my preference. Again, there's a lot of talent out there. I mean, if somehow, and I don't see it happening, but of course, if that safety Kyle Hamilton falls, I want that man ASAP. But realistically, that's probably not going to happen. But there's a lot of other defensive talent out there. We've all talked about Jordan Davis. I mean, there's a lot of talent out there that, depending on how this draft shifts out, players are going to fall. And I want the best player available, somebody that's going to make an impact, whether that's on offense or defense. But I need to hit on both of those in the first round. So impact players, I don't care really who they are, but it needs to be the best player available out there at a position that hopefully will improve this team. And that's where I'm at with it.
Exactly. That's for me too. I need some impact players. Listen, I'm going to the link for the NFL draft party next Thursday. Bird Talk at the link with your boy. I'm going live. I'm going to give you guys all the Lombardi trophies, the Wolf and Joan crew, my live reactions. I better, for me, and this is for me when I say that, Howie Roseman cannot mess up this draft. He cannot mess up the draft. I want 2 good day 1 starters for week 1. That's what I want. You cannot. Eagles Nation will be in the building for the first time since 2019 when it comes to the NFL draft party. You can, the NovaCare Complex, Howie Roseman, and I hope you're watching. I know you're watching. Birds of Broad Street, watch us. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Like, subscribe. Hit that subscribe. And please, y'all, subscribe to my guy, Coach. Subscribe to Coach.
Oh, yes, sir.
Salute the Coach, man. Subscribe to you, Coach. Listen, the NovaCare Complex is not that far, people. It's not that far from Lincoln Financial Field. You're going to have some upset, angry Eagle fans if you mess this up. How you got to get yourself some defensive players. You got to get yourself another wide receiver, because I'm not even going to talk about that. But you need another wide receiver. You need another defensive player, because this season is about helping out Jalen Hurts. Let's help out Jalen Hurts on the defense side and on the offense side, Howie. You need Jordan Davis. This is for me. Jordan Davis, either Treyon Burks, Chris Olave, not Sky Moore, because that's the 2nd round pick. But get me one of those 2 when it comes to wide receiver. If you get Jordan Johnson, I think that's his name, great. Just give me a good wide receiver that can stand right next to Devontae Smith, my God. Please. It will really help you, boy. I'm going to the dang Lincoln Financial Field. I need to be happy. I'm going to see Erod, Gale, Evan, Trox, and Prime. I need to be happy. Go ahead, Coach. I need to be happy.
Again, if you're gonna,
I want to answer this to Drew real quick. Absolutely. That's what I'm okay with.
Again,
Coach.
if you're gonna trade up, but like I say again, I don't mind Howard Roseman trading up, but don't trade up into the top 9. At least trade up to 11th or 10th. But if you know it's a player that's gonna impact the team, then you do it. You just don't trade into the top 10, top 5. I don't care if you get. I'll be okay if you go into the 12th spot. I'm okay. Don't move up far. Don't move up way up there. But if you know it's a player, because players gonna drop, cornerbacks is gonna drop to you. They're gonna drop to you. Defensive lineman is definitely gonna drop to you. But if you know it's a player that's really gonna impact this team, then you do it, because I wouldn't mind, because this draft is so deep with defensive players and wide receivers all over the place, that you can literally do it. You can literally do it and still get some impact players in the 2nd round, in the 3rd round. Some of these 3rd and 2nd round players this year could easily go in first rounds. That's how deep this defensive class and these wide receiver guys is. So if you know it's a player that you really like that's gonna really impact a team, then you can do it. You do it. You just don't move up to a top team, to a top 5 position just to go do that because gonna lose so much value out of that. So like if it's 10th or 11th or something, I consider moving up a little bit more if it's the player that you really have high on if that's what you want. But right, if you stay put, I mean, you got 2 impact players, man. You got two impact players right there that's gonna come down to you. Nakobe Dean will be a good choice again. Devin Lloyd is gonna be there and is gonna be right there at 15. You're gonna have Chris Olave right there. Traylon Burks definitely gonna be there. Gary Wilson will be the first receiver taken off the board, probably in the top 10 to 13. He's gonna be the first wide receiver off the board. The possibility of Trent McDuffie still going to be there. Sauce and Stealing won't be there at 15. They won't be there at all. I think they're going to go in the top 6 to 10 range. I think they're going to be gone by the time they get down to us. But Jordan Davis is going to definitely be there. He's going to definitely be there. So you got to get 2 impact players, man. I feel like you got to get 2 impact players on this team, whether if it's a receiver or a Traylon Burks or something, Chris Olave. You just got to get you some receiver to help out Jalen Hurts. You got to get you a defensive specimen, whether it's a cornerback or a linebacker. You got to grab them. You got to go get them. So I wouldn't mind Howie Roseman trading because this draft is so deep, but just don't trade all the way into the top 2 to a top 9 spot into a top 5. Just don't do that because you're losing so much value. But he's gonna get 2 impact players, though. I got a feeling he's gonna get 2 impact players in this draft. And plus, in the second and third rounds, it's too deep for you to mess up. This draft is too deep for you to mess up.
I got a question
Right?
for you,
I mean,
though.
Nelson, go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah, and anybody else that kind of wants to take that approach also, because again, I get what you're saying also, and honestly, again, I don't want to trade up because I know what you're talking about as far as the value. We're going to be losing that also. But what player would you trade up for in this draft? What player is worth doing that to move up in this draft to even get somebody in the top 10? Y'all let us know in the comments who would y'all trade up for to go get? I mean, if the situation was such. So if there wasn't trade up,
it depends on who comes down to you. It just depends on the player that comes to you. That's gonna come to you. I'm not trading up in no top 5 just to get no Sauce Gardner or I'm not doing. You losing that much value just for one player and knowing you're gonna lose a first round pick again. Lose that later for that second first round pick. I'm not going way up there. But if the Eagles feel like he can be an impact cornerback, then that's them. But I'm just saying I would not go up and just trade up for one player like that up into a top 5. Now if it's a possibility he comes down to 10, then I'll make the move. If he comes down to 10 or 11, if he comes down. But Sauce Gardner would not be coming down to like 10 or 12. He would not. He will be gone by that time. Or Darryl Stingley, I would trade up to go get, but only if he comes down. Now, if they like Kyle Hamilton, I think Kyle Hamilton is dropping a little bit in the draft, at least to the top 10 or to the top 12. If they want to trade up, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't really be mad because, again, the draft is so deep. It's so deep. So you can trade up. You can trade up to get a Kyle Hamilton that may drop to a 13, that may drop to a 12. You can trade up. And then you can wait till the second round to go get your wide receiver, which is going to turn out to be a Christian Watson, Khalil Shakur from Boise State. I mean, you can literally trade. You can literally wait in the second round to get your wide receiver.
For me, Jordan Davis, because that guy right there, either him or Traylon Burks, one of those two. For me, that's the only way I'm trading up for one of those two. But I know they're going to fall, so just Jordan Davis because I know a bunch of street rats might want him. I know a bunch of other people might want him. That's the only way for me. But
to be honest, though, Cool Cat, I think Jordan Davis, you don't have to trade up for them because I think they're going to be out. I think they're going to be out by the time the pick is in. By the time we pick, I think they're going to be out.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Trey Rock? I see you over here. My man Trey Rock, like, nah, I don't know.
Go ahead, Trey. I love your face expressions. Go ahead, bro. I love those face expressions.
This draft, bro.
No, I'm just saying, even with the Jordan Davis pick, I can name 5 teams that need him, to be honest. The San Diego Chargers going to need him. Baltimore Ravens going to need him. There's a lot of teams that's not going to let Jordan Davis pass. So I'm not and I'm not trading up for him. So on me, I'm going edge with my first pick. Gotta go edge because you don't know how long Derek Barnett gonna be there. He's really like a 1 year rental. Josh Sweat too on and off for me. So I'm gonna go get an edge. I ain't even gonna lie. If George Karloff is there, if Wyatt's still there, if Jermaine Johnson's still there, I'm grabbing one of those dudes. I mean, they can solidify that edge for you for years. So my first pick gonna be edge, and I'm going defense again with the 18. And if a Devin Lloyd's still sitting there and a Kobe Dean, I'm grabbing one of those dudes. We could work around that corner position. To be honest, I mean, or you could find one later in the draft. And with my second round pick, if a George Pickens still sitting there, Justin Ross, one of those dudes, I wouldn't mind trading up a couple picks to go get them.
They'll be down.
I mean, even if they don't fall to us, even if you feel like they're not gonna fall, the second round trade up and the first round trade up is two different things. I will never go in the top 5 for none of these dudes in this draft. Not even a Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner, you can go ahead to the New York Jets because that's who's gonna pick you, and you're gonna be over there dying over there in New York. So, I mean, listen, bro, on some real, like y'all said, I just want 2 impact players. Day 1 impact players. And in the second round, I want a day 1 impact player because we got the assets to do it. So, I mean, you danced around this free agency. Now you got to show us how good of a GM you really is. So, I mean, I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Yep, Bird Gang.
Okay.
Hey, you guys been saying everything, the way it is, for real, for real. What I'm gonna say about that is, like, I think the only player I would go up for in the top 10 would be Hamilton. That's it. Like, for real. Like, all those other positions from edge rush to linebacker to cornerback, like, you can find those guys at 15 and 18. So you don't really need to trade them. I don't feel like there's not any other position where that player is that much more talented than 2, 3 at the same position than that safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only one. He's the only guy that I would trade. And I wouldn't trade up personally. I wouldn't trade up at all. But if there was a guy, I would think it'd be that guy. Trade up for him. So that's the only person I would go up there for. In terms of the rest, like, I really feel like Howie might be outsmarting me again. Like, how I was really pushing that 3 first-round pack. The 3 first-round pick thing, right? Now he done went out and did this little trade thing, got us another draft pick next year. But if you look at it, we got 2/3. So we still can get, 4 impact players this draft. You can package those 2 3s up to move to the back end of the second. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get another impact player, then you're still getting 4 guys and a top 70 players or 74 players, something like that, 70 players, which can all be impact players for your team. So how we do it, like I said, safety is the only real position I see like the talent level kind of drops a little bit after 1. Hamilton, we all know, top 10 type guy. After that, the safeties kind of can go second round, late first round, even third round, some of these guys. So I would say, yeah, safety. Linebacker, you shouldn't have to trade for that. I'm with Trey saying that Davis, you might have to go up to 10 or 12 if you really want to grab him. Like, that's if you really want to do it. And I would. Like, Davis is Fletcher Cox's replacement next year. He get a year to play behind him, and then next year take the role from him completely next year. He's that dude. He's huge, fast, athletic, gifted. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know they say he took plays off because how big he was. He's in college. Of course, you take plays off. You're a professional. You got trainers working with you every single day. I think he'd be a great pickup to get right there. But what I'm doing is I'm going cornerback and receiver with my first. You know what I'm saying? I'm attacking the talent, stopping receiver from scoring, and getting people that can score touchdowns for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the elite level, like, you can get these guys all the way back. You can get a good receiver in the 3rd, 4th round, but they're not the same level as these first rounders. These first rounders, there's some special guys up here. You know what I'm saying? Some guys that are going to do some major damage their first year in the pros. And, I think if you can't get one of those guys, which I think you should be able to get at least one, you have a choice between 2 of them, 3 of them, with that 15 and even that 18 pick. So if you don't pick up one of them, then yeah, you know, you can go to second round. In terms of edge rush, I think that Eagles probably locked in on like 1-2 players. After that, if they don't fall to 15 or 18, then they're gonna probably shoot the shot with Ojabu in the second or third rounds, depending on how far he drops. So
I mean,
This
honestly,
my
overall,
problem with Jordan Davis though.
yeah.
He was around all that talent in college. The dude only had like, what, 2 sacks the whole season. So y'all expect him to come here and just change his whole game and just be a sack artist and just it's not gonna happen, bro. When do you ever see that happen?
Sacks, you're getting him to be a run plug, just a defensive
But
tackle.
who really running the ball though? That's what I'm saying. Like he just gonna be in for run plays.
And he's
Like
fast
we knew
enough.
with Fletch coming out of Mississippi State, he was gonna be.
I'm pretty sure you can get out the quarterback. Some quarterbacks don't even run a 4.8.
Bro, listen. I think Georgia got the most talent going in the first round this year. And he only tallied up 2 sacks all season.
Georgia got all 11 players that's going to be drafted.
See?
All 11 players for Georgia at least getting drafted within the first round or the second round. They got all 11 players.
He tallied 2 sacks the whole season. He's not going to be a sack dude here. He's going to be a run stopper.
But look at
he's going to be a 2-down dude.
Hey, look at all that talent you're talking about. You're talking about Walker on this side. You're talking about Wyatt. You're talking about Dean. You're talking about who's the other linebacker they have coming out too. I forgot his name right now. But you're talking about a lot of other players that are getting these sacks. You know, getting this freaking, you know, like you said. That's a lot of talent.
Listen though. Coming in though. But look at this lineup though. J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox. All these dudes had 10 sack seasons in college. Bro, he's not gonna come in and just convert. He's big as hell. He's big as hell. He's gonna have to lose weight.
They didn't go to a national championship team though.
But
they had
that's what's making it worse though.
The year that freaking Fletcher Cox came out, where he came out of
Mississippi State.
Mississippi. What other pro came out that year from Mississippi?
That make it even better though, because he was doing it by himself.
That means you're playing lesser competition.
Yeah, he ain't had a talent around him like
you're not playing lesser competition. You're playing against the SEC, Mississippi State, and the
Mississippi
SEC.
State is SEC, bro.
That's
he had three straight seasons with 10 sacks.
Of course, you have the highest stat. You're the best player on the team.
That don't even make sense though, Bird Gang.
Yeah,
you're the best player on the team. They keying in on you.
What are you talking about?
You can't key in on nobody on that Georgia defense.
Key in on the Fletcher Cox, my guy. He was so fast and big and strong when he first came out. Like,
that's my point.
You normally do. You can double team Fletcher.
He was getting double team. He was the only one by himself though. And Mississippi State
you
was
think
though.
So Trey, you get some of this stuff.
Guy,
go ahead, Nelson.
You can make that argument, but
I'm just saying. I'm trying to understand.
Of course, he's gonna get all the stats.
You pretty much trying to let us know we need to kind of take some of this with a grain of salt, because I mean, yeah, Georgia was loaded. Like we ain't even gonna see her act like their talent wasn't completely loaded. So I get what you're saying, also, man. Like, yeah, Davis has some help out there.
They weren't just loaded on the defensive line; they was loaded at safety, cornerback. They was everywhere.
They was loaded.
They were everywhere. That's just not the defensive line. They everywhere. All 11 of those guys notion of getting drafted with. At least in a second and third round, all of these guys are getting drafted. That's everywhere on the defense. All 11 of those guys are getting drafted, literally.
They whole defense.
We're not drafting them to be our sack leader. We're drafting them to put pressure up the middle.
I mean,
you got Tom Reddick to be your sack leader. You got you paid Sweat to be your sack leader. You got BG coming back trying to be your sack leader. You're gonna be paying this guy to.
I'm just saying, why not get a polished dude off the edge instead of sticking this big dude in there that's only gonna play for you for like 2 downs?
Okay. Try.
How many more edge guys you guys want? You guys got Reddy. You guys got.
I can rock with that, Trey Rock. I like that. I like.
Barnett.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Trey.
Like, that's a lot of edge guys. Like, everybody keeps wanting us to keep.
We don't have a lot of great edge guys though. We got a lot of dudes that can rush off the edge. That's what we got.
Okay, Trey. If not Jordan Davis, who do you want?
I told you I'm attacking the edge. That's who gets to the quarterback. Now you want to get Jordan Davis? All you're gonna do is sit in the middle. He gonna clog the middle up. But who's running the football in the NFL for real? Honestly, except for like Cleveland and probably Baltimore and teams like that. Everybody throwing the football. This dude's gonna be wore out. wore out in a 17-game season. I'd rather get that dude fresh off the edge that's gonna fly up there and smack that quarterback for me. Nobody this now if it was like
Talking
19,
about
if it
snaps.
was
Hold
like
on, let's
1996,
try. Hold on,
1994,
BG.
if it was like 1996, 1994, then yeah, because everybody want to run the football then. Now it's a passing league. You got 2 sacks. You had all dogs around you. All dogs around you. Bro, he's not going to come in the league and just start getting 7, 8 sacks a year. I promise you he's not.
Hey, I
He
like that.
actually fit better in a 3-4 defense where he could attack that nose tackle for real. I mean, he could play that nose tackle position because he's big as hell. He could control like 2 or 3 gaps. But in the scheme we running, he's not really going to do too much. I promise you he's not.
What you gonna do is
Man,
you're gonna
drop the
replace
mic once
$28 million
right.
guy that you're paying to clog up
You
these
said-
things. You're gonna let Hargrave get straight to his point, and Hargrave's gonna be our sack leader. You get a guy like Jordan Davis.
My man said,
No,
"Pump the
he's
brakes on
not.
Jordan Davis,
Make
bro."
sure that he is that
I
guy.
might agree with what Trey said because I heard rumors. I don't know if this is rumor or not, but someone on Twitter said that BG, who's at the White House, by the way, salute to Brandon Graham, said that this might, I don't know, I ain't Brandon Graham. This might be his final year. So I'm with Trey on this. We need someone to replace Brandon Graham quick in a hurry because if this is his final year, we need to replace him. Plus, we don't know what's up. Like, does Fletcher Cox got a 1-year contract?
Yeah.
There you go. We're going to have to replace him, too. So I'm with you, Trey. I'm with you.
But there's a lot of dudes that can replace Fletch, though. You
Yeah,
hear
I know.
me? There's a lot of dudes, even in this draft. You could go to the dude. What's the dude from UConn name? He's just as big as Jordan
Travis
Davis.
Jones.
Move
Travis
faster than
Jones.
him. Yeah,
Travis Jones.
he a dog. He could give you the same thing Davis gonna give you. I promise you he can.
Yeah,
And he's
so
faster. He's a little
Eagle,
more agile. He got more bend in him. He not stronger than him, but he can really fill them roles in. I mean, so it's like.
But you're talking about freaking nature stuff compared to good guys.
He's just
like
big.
these
Like,
guys
he's not
don't come
even
around
freaking
very
nature.
often, my guy.
Big.
You're not gonna get a guy that's 360 pounds running a 4.8 and like doing big things like in your possession. Like, you know, you're looking at his college tape, whatever. This guy's not even grown yet. You know what I'm saying? He has plenty of years to grow and learn. You know, that's what you pay your defensive lineman coach the big bucks for. Like, and his raw athleticism by itself is a problem.
yeah.
I mean, his raw athleticism got him 2 sacks in the season. Like, that's all I'm saying.
I don't think it
guys
can be denied, though. Regardless, if Davis did come on this team, he's gonna make this roster slightly better. But I see what you're saying. Like, we could probably, based off the scheme that we run, we would probably get more value out of it than an edge. Honestly, I mean, that's what we do. We
think we don't pay all this money for edge, right? And you don't think that if we were to go get a guy like Jordan Davis, right, that we cried about Fletcher Cox making this much money and, you know, only getting double teamed and not stopping the run and whatnot. Now you have a guy that's not going to get paid this much money that can do the same thing, so you can get rid of Fletcher Cox and not be paying that much money and let him clog up the hole, let him get these double, triple teams so Hargrave can be wide open, and your BGs, your freaking Sweats, your, you know, Hassan Reddicks and all these guys can get their sacks that you're paying them the big money to get anyway.
So you trading up for him. That's what that's the argument.
All I'm saying is that's the argument. Yeah, and that's what I'm not trading up.
Like 12.
Now,
and there might be better talent available. There might be better talent available than Jordan Davis.
I'd rather if I have to trade up to go get Jordan Davis, I'd rather take Devontae Wyatt instead. I'd rather take him instead. If I have to trade up, that's still that's a guy from Georgia that helped on that defensive line with Jordan Davis. So I'd rather take him instead.
Way more production too. Yep. Way more production.
And also, what we also need to realize is we also need to get a linebacker because it's like Howie Roseman is like Devin Lloyd and Nico Dean is some people I've been hearing a lot on Twitter and stuff. So we also need to fix our linebacker issue because we're bad at it. As good as I love Howie Roseman, not that much, but as good as I love him, we need to fix our linebackers core. So if y'all want to talk about our linebacker position in the draft, go ahead, Nelson.
No, I'm just saying, honestly, again, like this whole focus of the draft, I don't think we need to be reaching. That's my whole point of just getting at. Look, if Davis is out there, you know, for whatever position, I mean, again, what's the other talent out there also? Because I want somebody that's going to be an impact player, and I'm kind of with Trey Rock. I think Davis would probably be some kind of a rotational. I don't think he's going to have the best impact that I'm looking for this year. So, look, I mean, linebackers, like you said, yes, we definitely need some improvement in that area. So, of course, yeah, linebacker would be a position I'm looking at also. But this whole draft focused on what player is available that would best impact this team to make a difference. And, again, I'm not reaching for none of that. I'm not trading up in this draft. That's really not my angle. And that's just how I feel. Again, if for whatever reason, maybe, and that's the only player I'd consider trading for is the Kyle Hamilton, and that's if he falls within range to where we ain't going to be losing too much value. Because if we're even coming off of another first for Kyle Hamilton, I'm not doing that. I need 2 impact players in the first round.
I'm telling you, we gonna have to come out first to get him.
Exactly, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
They're not gonna want no second round pick. You coming off that first round pick. I'm telling you now, that's something I'm not be willing to do. Even if he falls, I might want to just wait, wait.
Facts.
I'm not trading like
that same train, brother.
To be honest, I'm not trading up for nobody. Like I'm gonna let the talent fall to me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit.
We got 2 people in the building. We got Jermaine and Lenny in the building. What's up,
Jermaine in this thing, Lindy to the end zone. Salute,
bro. Oh my God.
What's popping, gentlemen? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What up?
Okay.
Go ahead, give us your thoughts on the NFL draft. Go ahead, Lenny.
Well,
yeah, let it out, brother. Let it out. We know.
Well, I mean, the Eagles are once again in a position that they have been used to the last couple of years, especially on the defensive side of the football. You know, the major needs have not changed. It only seems to be, getting worse with these veterans getting up there in age, and they bring back Fletcher Cox for 1 more year. So once again, you need more depth on the defensive line. Slade does not have a partner on the outside once again, so you very well may need 2 outside starting corners in this draft if you can manage to do so, because we all know Sirianni trying to talk up Kerry Vincent, Tate Gowan, and Zach McPherson. That's just not going to work right now. So it's the same positions, a different year for Philly, and until they do their due diligence to properly address these positions, we may very well see the same story going into 2023. But now is the time to where they need to turn the tide a little bit.
Jermaine, in the car, by the way, you safe over there?
Salute to my guy, yes, sir.
In the car, be safe out there, man. We need you. Go ahead.
Man, spill out your thoughts. Let us know how you feeling on this draft, bro. We getting too close.
I actually just stopped to get something to grub, so I'm in the parking lot for us.
There you go.
But
beware your surroundings too. It's crazy out there.
First of all, appreciate y'all having me on, man. But I agree with
problem.
Trey. I agree with Notion and Coach. Just doing a little research on my own on Wyatt and Davis. I think Davis is more of a 2-gap, true nose tackle, more like how we use Fletch, which I don't have a problem with at all. But just watching the film, Wyatt, oh my God, well, Wyatt is, and I'm not saying he's Donald, but he's Donald light, where he can play from the 0 to the 5 technique. I've seen him play the nose, still with 2 taking up 2 gaps, still being able to get to the quarterback, playing the 3 technique, which he's more of a true 3 technique. He's still able to get to the quarterback, and they can even put him out on the edge at the 5. So I would love to have Wyatt at in the first round, 1 or 2. I would love to go defense only in the first round. but I know we are in dire need of a receiver, and I don't know if I'd get Williams in the first round just due to injury, and I think he would drop. I wouldn't mind going back from 18 to late first, picking up another third, picking up another second, being able to get Williams, and doing it like that, and being because I just think this draft is deep with what we need to where like Notion said, I don't think we have to move up for real at all. To get everything that we need for real. So, that's just my thoughts.
Yep. Panda?
So thank you for having me on. First of all, I
Yep.
think that the Eagles need to draft Jordan Davis because he's just a rare breed. Like you can't get a guy like that in the draft. And then I feel like we go Devin Lloyd or Nakobe Dean, like a linebacker, because we need linebacker help because our linebackers suck. And then we need Jordan Davis, and I feel like we could get Mechie. We could get Mechie or Pickens in the second, or Sky Moore. He's also really good. Because we have those thirds that we could trade into like the late second round and get some. Because it's a really good draft class.
Yep. Diane?
Like okay.
Diane?
Who you say?
We got somebody on it.
Yeah.
Last person in the box.
Dylan?
Yeah.
Hey.
My bad.
Dealing with the MB.
Like what?
Dylan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dylan. My bad.
All right. So, for pick 15 or 16, I forget what pick it is, but first pick, I think we go like linebacker. That's like an absolute need for the Philadelphia Eagles because like our linebacker core has not been good in the past few years, and I think the second one, I'm thinking a wide receiver. If we're gonna pick a wide receiver, if Drake London's still there, I'm taking him. But if he's not there, I'm taking Chris Olave because that's probably the safest pick. Because Jameson Williams had like 2 or 3 injuries in college, so he's kind of like a Julio Jones from last year.
Can I ask y'all, fellas? I wanted to ask everybody on this panel real quick too, because I see everybody has a philosophy, and I get it, and I'm with it. I need the defense needs to get better also. But what have we done throughout this offseason? And I need to see what we're doing to help Jalen Hurts. I ain't seen us do nothing to help our quarterback as of yet, besides Pascal and Devin Allen, I guess, Olympic hurdler. Listen, I need more to help my quarterback. So whether that's in the first round or the second round, I don't want no developmental projects. I don't want nobody coming off injury, with that type of concern. So what are we doing to help our quarterback succeed? That's my question.
Yeah, let's answer it. I'm gonna start first, and I'm gonna pass it around. Exactly, because that's what I've been at. I was going to ask you that. So salute the Notion gang, salute all the ways. What have we done when it comes to outside of Zach Pascal? What have we done to help Jalen Hurts? Because last time I checked, this season was about helping out number one. It was about helping out Jalen freaking Hurts to make sure if he's the franchise quarterback, so next year we won't have to drive no Bryce Young or CJ Sanderson. That's what exactly, Notion. Like, what have we done outside of that?
We need to address something. In my opinion, again, if the value ain't there in the first round, cool, but we need to make that a focus because we haven't done squat to help Jalen.
Yeah, go ahead, BIRDGANG. Since you're Jalen Hurts' number one fan, what has this organization done to help out your quarterback, Jalen freaking Hurts?
Really just gave him another opportunity. Because without giving him another one, they could have traded him already. They could have did whatever they wanted with him, but they kept him. They stuck with him. For a lot of these people that think that they don't believe in Jalen, you just got to look at the process. Like we talked about this already. The receivers getting better from year 1 to year 2. Your offense being able to, when you learn a new offense, it's like learning a new language. So then being able to spit out the same verbiage, it's going to be able to make you think less and start reacting more on the field. Jalen Hurts, even with the people we had last year, if you add up all the misses, I know we can't add up the misses, but if you add up the misses, you add up the penalties, the callback, they had an electrifying, explosive offense. You know what I'm saying? Once we started running that rock, too. And it started this year running the ball first. Miles Sanders got a chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You got some good young pieces here. And as long as we can hit on the draft and get another receiver in there, I say. I think it was kind of smart for him not spending the big money on it because there is a lot of talent at the receiver position in this draft. So why go out there? Let's play the long game, Not worry have to pay a stud. You can get a stud receiver to come out right now, and ball out this year, at the low, max $4 million as opposed to paying, $20, $30 million for these guys that are second and third receivers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like, first of all, they got to see that Jalen can help himself out, for real.
That is true.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, even with like you said, the receivers y'all said we lacked last year, we still had major opportunities to turn that season around, which we did. But a lot of those games we lost. I mean, it was a lot of throws in there he could have made that we could have won the game. So, I mean, they got to see if he can help himself out. It wasn't really no point of going out there spending a boatload of money on a wide receiver if you don't believe in the quarterback. So, I mean, I feel like that's the vibe around the Philadelphia front office. Let's see what this dude can do a second year with a Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith, dudes like that. They even gave him a Pascal. I mean, at least dude gonna catch the football. So, I mean, listen, it's like I feel like you gotta help yourself out a little bit more because that's how I feel about it.
We got Philly girl in the building.
VIP in this thing. Philly girl in this thing.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Yes.
Bird Gang, Notion, Cool Cat. I don't know
What's up,
who the
girl?
rest
How
of
you
you
been?
are. I don't think I'm hanging in there. Queen Bird Gang wanted me to drop in, so I'm dropping in.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hey,
we over doing good. We just talking
these pre-draft vibes.
Man. Okay,
So,
pre-draft vibes.
So talk to us because Notion Gate asked us the question of what have we done to help out Jalen Hurts. So go ahead, talk to us.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't really paid too much attention, and the reason why is exactly what Notion said. What have we done to help out the quarterback? Normally, if we've done something huge to help out our quarterback, you hear it everywhere. It's headlines everywhere. But news for the Philadelphia Eagles has been pretty quiet.
Cricket.
Exactly. Yes. So I don't really know what to expect out of this draft. What I do think is that for the players that keep getting injured every year, they need to prepare for that. I'm tired of worrying about the injured players needing to be replaced because this backup's not good enough or that backup's not good enough or, oh, that person's injured too. So with all that being said, I'm with Notion. We've done nothing for the quarterback. There's really nothing to talk about, and I don't know what to expect from the draft.
And honestly, I just look at it like it's a shame. Like Jalen Hurts is about to be going into this judgmental year. Let's not act like we ain't putting all the pressure in the world on Jalen coming into this season. And we ain't giving him, or we haven't, in my opinion, given him nothing to even try to succeed for next year or to make him better. So again, I get what you're saying, Trey. Right, he does have to help himself. Also, he's got things he has to work on. But I mean, quarterback's an important position, and in order for him to get some help, we need to give him something to, give him.
But I think if all of our weapons weren't so young, like you gotta realize we had like the youngest offense in the league last year. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was first year, second year players, maybe a couple thirds year. They're all young besides our offensive linemen, the Kelsey, the Lane Johnson or whatnot. Like all those skill position players, even our running back Miles isn't even that old. Like it's young. Sometimes you just gotta let the development grow. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're banking on. They're banking on these guys are gonna come ball out like they say they're gonna ball out. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the potential all last year. We've seen, like you said, deep plays missed, dropped in, overthrown, and underthrown. You know what I'm saying? Both ways. You know, we've seen players fumble in crucial situations. We've seen players drop passes in crucial situations. Like the offensive talent, skill level is there. Because that's why we were banking on it last year to happen. They just started a little late, but the skill level is there for us to do some big things there. I feel like, you know, what
That
I'm
was it.
saying?
Yeah.
That's a good
That we
point.
can still do it. The whole development from the next year, like Devontae Smith going into year 2, Quez going into year 3. You know, Rager, if he can get his head out of his butt, you know what I'm saying, and go into year 3 and actually stop playing to the fans and actually play some football, man. Like if you play some football, you wouldn't be getting hated on so much. You worry about what people say about him too much. You know what I'm saying? In terms of weapons, you still got young Dallas Goddard. You got Trey Jackson that everybody wanted to see do big things last year. Got hurt again after he started warming him up. He's going to be coming into the season starting out. So we do got a lot of young pieces that, you know, you kind of want to see what your money got you. You know, so are these little young pieces going to turn out for you? Or are they going to be, you know, duds where I do need to go spend this money?
And
Very
plus,
good
and
point,
plus, if
because
you
we
look,
are a very young team. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And before
It's
y'all
all
go
right.
any further, One Trey Rock, I'm sorry, I can't really see the screen, but hey, what's up? Because I do know you. I don't know who else is up on the screen. But that's a good point. We do have a very young
Everybody but the
team.
kitchen sink, Billy girl. Everyone but the kitchen sink.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Um, and I feel like this is the year for production from Hertz, one way or another. So either somebody's got to make Hertz ball out, or Hertz got to ball out on his own, because he has been here 2 years. We are a new team, and like you said, some of those players do have 2 years in, so they have the experience that they need. They've been taught what they need. It's time to show. It's time to produce. It's time to get us all the way into the playoffs and beyond. Like, I don't want to see this wild card bullshit. Like with the Eagles, we're always wild card, wild card, wild card, and I'm over it. Like, we got our Super Bowl ring, and that changed my whole mindset to no more accepting, oh, let's just get to the wild card. Okay, I'm happy.
Facts.
No.
I want the division.
and
Man.
plus, y'all gotta look back at Eagles history. When did we ever help a quarterback out? Like ever? So I don't
And we're
think why y'all
supposed to
think
be
I
a
don't know why
quarterback
y'all think they
factory?
gonna
Like,
change it.
Oh,
stop
don't get me
it.
started with the quarterback factory. Go ahead, Trey.
Man. Yeah.
When did we ever help a quarterback out? What the last I think top 5 receiver we had was T.O. So, and that was what, like 04. So when did they really ever help a quarterback out? Like I seen
Listen,
the
I think
Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Macklins, dudes like that was explosive like that, but they wasn't even like top 5 wide receivers. They was just
when they
dudes
went
that
out
was
and got
explosive.
Alshon Jeffrey, I think that was a top flight
Deshaun
move.
was a top 5 receiver
Big
before.
play Slay in the building. What up, Slay?
Deshaun was not a top 5
Big
wide
play
receiver ever.
Slay. What's up,
Alshon Jeffrey
bro?
I
wasn't
think he had
a
the year he went to the Pro
Good.
Bowl.
he was not
Go
a
ahead
top
and talk
Yeah, I
five.
about
mean,
this, Slay.
He was not a
Let
top five receiver.
He just went that.
What's going on? What's going on?
I
Yeah,
gotta
we talked
say,
about it. Oh, I'm sorry, Panda. Yeah, I had to. Slay was in the building. My bad, Panda. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Panda. My bad. My bad, Panda. But go ahead, Slay. Yeah, we was talking about does this organization did anything to help Jalen Hurts?
Get receivers. Yeah, get actual receivers like next to Devontae. Like, please help him. Like, I think we need some actual receivers next to Devontae. So like, we just need firepower, man. I think we just need a little firepower on the offense. And then maybe a big body receiver for Hurts, because you can't just put Hurts in that situation where like he's just dropping back, and he's in that mode where like he's just a drop back passer and he has to like deliver the ball consistently 30 times a game. He's not that type of quarterback yet. You just give him that type of offense where, just let him control the offense. Don't make him throw the ball too much, and give him receivers on that offense to work with and get actually some good running backs. I think we're good.
So how we doing all this though? Big play. It's too late in the process for real.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
We
free
gonna be the
agency is
team that we
basically
are.
over.
We go through
I
the
don't feel
Quarter.
draft.
like it is, man. You got, besides the draft, whenever teams have a position filled, but that one guy drops to them that they don't really need, but it's the best player available, and they grab that always makes one of these second half free agency waves get some good players, good talented like veterans come out of that second half. Hell, our Super Bowl team was made from the second half. It was after the draft that we picked a lot of these players up to help our team win.
We picked one player up at the
Yeah.
draft.
I think this is
But Garrett Blunt and
And
Johnny
Garrett Blunt and them, we got them before the draft though.
Hey, what you got, Lindy? I know you was about to
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
talk about
Lily.
something. What's up, Lindy?
I think this is where I feel me, Trey, and BG are in a bit of a minority here in terms of talking about this football team. I think there's a misconception going around in terms of how how the team's currently constructed. I think there's more stability on the offensive side of the ball than there is on the defensive side of the ball. And and we talk about Jalen Hurts' development as a quarterback, and I think one of the biggest things that's going against him right now is stability. When you talk about a coaching staff, I don't think this kid has worked in the same offense since as early as high school, going all the way through the collegiate level, and then you get to the NFL level, and not only is the quarterback affected, but his playmakers are also affected. So you start from the dysfunction of the 2020 season, where rookies like Rager and Quez and whoever else you want to throw in that mix, nobody's really getting as good of a page on each other as they possibly can. So now that Sirianni has developed some sort of stability from an offensive standpoint, and trying to get these guys to build a chemistry together, and you go into the quote unquote year two of Hurts as a starter. That's where you should start to see some of that chemistry develop with him and his offensive playmakers, especially that he still has invested in one of, if not the best offensive line in the football. He has a top-tier tight end if Goddard does so play that way. He still has a good running back in Miles if he can manage to stay healthy for more than 10 games a year. Kenny Gainwell is looking explosive going into year two. So there's a lot more positives on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side of the ball, if we're being realistic here. But to me, a lot of this is predicated on how much Jalen Hurts helps himself from a developmental standpoint and being a quarterback, and he's already showing that this offseason. So he knows he has a lot to prove. The fan base knows he has a lot to prove, so he's already started in that direction. And just to create this conception of that he's worse off in terms of help than where the defense is with what Jonathan Gannon needs to run his scheme, I think it's a little far-fetched.
Facts.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dylan?
and
Okay.
Really quick. I
Right.
was just gonna say really quick. I agree with Trey and Lindy and BIRDGANG 31. I think, to me, it makes sense, even though it doesn't. And I'm gonna explain. It makes sense, I guess, because Lurie and Howie had seen Carson in 19, right? Take a practice squad to the playoffs. So it kind of makes sense for them to be like, yeah, why would we invest, the bag into this young quarterback when we don't know what he is? Now, the weird part of it to me is that you don't give him the talent still to help him optimally succeed. But I think, like you were saying, Trey, I think that mindset is, well, let's see throughout throughout this adversity, can this young dude, can he overcome? If that's the case, now I'm willing to drop a bag on him to get him what he needs. In my opinion, I think it makes sense, but it's also like, well, why wouldn't you bring the talent in for whatever quarterback you're gonna have in here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I think about that.
Yep, Coach.
I like it. Yeah.
First round, besides your receiving core, You got Zach Pascal and the other guy, Devin. That's Besides those,
And that guy could be like a special teamer.
besides those, you got the same offense. But so I'm not a big fan of Pascal. I'm not a big fan of him. But in the first round of the draft, I mean, you got a lot of talent in the draft. Some of the receivers in the second, third round can easily go in the first round this year. In any other popular type of year, that's how talented the draft is. So I feel like we need a big body wide receiver. We need a bigger body out there, like Traylon Burks. Not worrying about the 40 time. I mean, on the field, the guy can get the job done. He's a very good playmaker. Got a big body. He can break tackles. He can catch a 50-50 ball. Also, second round. Hey, if Pickens didn't tear his ACL up, the guy's the best receiver in the draft.
Pickens is a dog.
He's a dog.
Pickens, Justin Ross is a dog too.
4'4". He's tall, 6'4", and fast. You get a combination of it all. 50-50 balls are
Pickens is
all
6'5".
deals.
David Bell out of Purdue.
All George Pickens. That guy catch every 50-50 ball. And I would like someone like that in that value of the second round. If we go defense, we literally can go defense in the first round and still come back in the second round and get a George Pickens. So you don't have to rush to get a receiver in this draft in the first round. You can really value it in the second round because it's just so talented. So you can go defense first. Like Montre Rock game plan is. I like his game plan. Go defense first, and then get your receiver in the second round, like a George Pickens, or if he's gone, Christian Watson, Sky Moore. All of those guys are really good, man. All of those guys are really good value.
Yeah, and I just want to say this right quick to East Coast Gridiron. The point that I was trying to make about a big body receiver is, for the Eagles' sake, especially with the quarterback that we have, like a Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is statistically a terrible deep ball passer. So if you give him a guy that he could just throw the ball up to in the red zone, like a George Pickens, in the end zone, I think that can help him out a lot because he's 6'5". And you already have the complementary piece with Devontae Smith. And you just need a guy that Hurts could just, throw it up to, and he could go get it.
Well,
but even real quick. Oh, no. Go ahead, bro.
To your point, Slay, who does he have to throw to, though, and how much time is he getting each time he's in the pocket, though, trying to throw it downfield? He doesn't have any time at all. And that's where I see us going defense in the first round. Second round, we get like a running back or something. Third round, wide receiver. Fourth round, tight end, because that's what I've been doing in a lot of my
Hold on a second. Who you said don't got time in the pocket?
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, Hurts has a really good offensive line.
Oh, all Hurts problems in the back there is his, because he running around and the offensive line can't find where he at. To be honest,
offensive line went all in together. You're switching in now. That's a little different.
I mean,
one read and run. Y'all, everybody know Jalen Hurts' game. One read and run. It's pointless. He can stand back there all day if you want to.
I mean, so here's the thing with that, though. Hurts, he doesn't stand in the pocket, and the thing for Hurts is, look back at Eagles history. We've always been looking to replace a quarterback. So this season, it's now or nothing for Jalen. Because Donovan McNabb, what were we doing when we had him? We were trying to replace him. Hence why we brought Vic in. When Vic was in, what did we do to Vic? We replaced him with Foles and et cetera, with Wentz and Hurt.
But that was later in McNabb's career when they was
that's excuse, dog.
That was later.
Salute to Jeremiah.
That's facts.
Salute to Jeremiah. My bad, bro. Sorry about that.
See, Jeremiah.
I agree with Rock. That's later in McNabb's career, though. That don't prove anything.
McNabb was like 6 NFC championships in before they tried to replace him.
So we didn't get it. We haven't received a veteran leading up to the draft, have we? No veterans.
We got
wide receiver.
If you count
at
Zach,
all,
that's going great.
But why would you count Zach?
Outside of Zach Pascal, No.
Nah, Pascal's not a veteran. He's
Right. He's not a
Greg Ward is still here
Yeah.
too.
Pascal
Oh,
like 5
Lord.
years.
Yeah, he's like
Oh,
5, 6
oh,
years.
Yeah.
So we have 2 first-round draft picks. Are you guys saying that we should go 1 offense, 1 defense?
Yeah.
Both defense.
We
You
should take
can
Olave.
Some people say both defense.
you can go
Some
both
people
defense.
say
I'm fine with both defense, but I'd rather have a receiver.
Yo,
You
this
can
is
go
what I would do. Honestly, bro, this is what I would do. I would
Corner's
take
worse off than
Yeah, I would
receiver.
take
Let's be
defense
real.
in that first round, bro.
You gotta see what you got with all that assets at the corner position.
okay, for me, it's defense, offense, because again, this you got to see. I need to know if Jalen Hurts is the guy. We didn't get no veteran wide receiver, none. We got 0 wide
Yeah.
receivers when it comes. We didn't get Devontae Adams. We didn't get uh, any of these wide receivers. By the
Oh,
way,
sorry.
Raph is in the building. What's
What
up,
up,
Raph?
Ralph?
That's good.
salute wrapped in this thing.
What's up, Raph? I'll get to you in a minute, but that's me.
Thank you,
Defense and then offense for me because you have, because if not now, Jalen Hurts is going to be going somewhere balling out. You're going to get Bryce Young or CJ, and you'll be right back to where you was this year. You need to know if he's the guy or not. But go ahead.
I agree. I totally agree with Cool Cat. Like, we need to know. And I'll tell you,
You
like,
need to
I
know.
wasn't a Carson Wentz fan, and y'all saw what happened to him, and
Hey.
people clowned me. They were like, "Oh, he's the man. He's the man." I'm like, no, I don't think so. And so while Hurts showed promise last year, we still need more. We still need at least one other weapon for him because what we have right now, with everybody being new,
You got JJ Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen can't catch a ball regular.
Yeah, but
Come on,
I wouldn't-
people.
I want someone
I
to
wouldn't
respond to
say-
this one.
I wouldn't say that Hurts shouldn't try.
guys. Hey, he says you guys don't disguise plays well. Jalen was under center 25 times. That doesn't help your team out at all with scheming. Defenses have the blueprint. I mean,
But hold on. So hold on,
Go
big
ahead,
play.
Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
This is what pissed me off.
I like that answer
Well,
too.
I love when Trey pissed off. Go ahead, Trey. Let it out, bro.
Y'all done work Trey up.
This statement right here
Pissed off
pissed me off.
Trey. Go ahead.
Bro,
But it's facts.
it's not facts.
It's
Look,
facts.
bro, the
25
whole
times.
NFL is
Let
direct
Trey
snap now, bro.
talk, Birkin. I need to hear this. Go ahead, Trey.
Let Trey talk, bro.
The whole NFL is direct snap. The whole NFL. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. How many times these dudes under center?
Brady's
Really
always
never.
under center.
Really never. That's us trying to match up his deficiencies. That's what that is. That's us trying to match up this dude deficiency. Oh, put him under center. We can run the football 1,000,000 times. That don't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. He's not a great passer. Let's just throw it on there. He's not a great passer of the football. So we got to do stuff like that match his deficiencies. So even this statement right here, bro, is weird to me. It's like it's weird to me. It's not facts.
Everybody know the first 6 weeks of the season, it was garbage. We all were predicting the plays. The newscasters on TV were predicting the plays. It's a fact when you're sitting in a shotgun doing an RPO over and over again and no one's biting.
Because
we did that for 6 straight
because
games,
Hurts is not a great deep
like
ball.
that is
Because
somewhat-
RPO is the only
Yo,
thing that
you
He can't go to football.
That's why we went to the
Rhythm.
game.
Rhythm.
You can't be mad at Nick Sirianni when his quarterback can't throw the ball down the field. Like, you can't be mad at him for that.
And we was losing the
But you're doing
majority of
the
the
same
games.
3 plays, really?
Bird we were losing in the first half of the
We
season.
was losing in the first half of the
And
majority.
he should be able to throw the ball down the
All we did
field.
was throw it short.
Any
We needed to
quality
get the run
quarterback
game.
can
You guys are
swing
so
the
funny.
pendulum both ways.
I want to rewind tapes back to the beginning. Everybody screaming and Sirianni run the ball. Everybody in their mind was screaming, we're running the same 4 plays in the playbook. Like, how don't you understand that? Like, that is not beneficial for no quarterback. We all were saying if Tom Brady was in our offense, he wouldn't have did nothing because that offense was trash. But now it's like, oh, Jalen didn't do nothing, and then so he must suck or he
The
needs to get
offense
that much
wasn't
better.
trash though. The
No, it was a
quarterback didn't
trash
fit the
team
offense.
from the
That's what it
jump.
was.
Hold up. Go back to like the Buccaneers or whatever. I forget what game it was. But Miles Sanders only touched the ball 3 times. Once we got Miles Sanders the
That
ball,
was the Tampa Bay Buccaneer game. That was the Tampa Bay Buccaneer game. So we
once we
gave Boozy
started,
one carry.
That
once we
can't
started
be.
playing the ball again, we started doing good, and that just shows how bad Jalen Hurts is with like
Nah,
scram. Like he's good at scrambling, but he can't throw the ball. And if our run game's doing better than him passing every game, that has to show something that hurts, and he needs to work on that.
Facts.
Hold
And
on, I'm
I
gonna read
said
this. Hold
last
on.
season,
I'm gonna
Hurts
read this
looks.
because this guy's saying Sirianni needs a game plan around Jalen Hurts. Lincoln Riley did. He's not going to improve. Jalen will defend play calls. He's not Lamar Jackson when everyone wants him to be.
Well,
Like,
Hurts
Bro,
reminds
but
me
that's
of
like
Randall
every
Cunningham.
offensive coordinator should be scheming for their quarterback. Forget
Hurts
this.
is a
Oh, you have
Lamar
to pass
Jackson
the ball
wannabe.
1,000
Hurts is a
times.
Lamar Jackson wannabe.
Not
Lincoln Riley
everybody's
ran the
that guy.
same offense since he been at Oklahoma. How you think he got 3 straight Heisman winners?
yeah.
And they
Okay,
played in a
okay.
horrible
Here's the
conference.
question. Okay, because here's the question I want to ask, and I'm gonna hit this debate because you got all these Cowboy fans. You know which one I'm talking about. He's a part of our network. Like he said, we should be getting Malik Willis.
That's
Should
not
we
happening.
keep? I know. Exactly. He thinks we should
That's
get
all cap.
Malik Willis. Here's the reason why. Because exactly what y'all saying. Jalen Hurts is not a good passer of the football. So should we stick with Jalen Hurts?
Quarterbacks, they said
Well,
that about end up being great quarterbacks.
Malik
We
Willis is
need
just
we
same
need
thing.
to
He's
see
trash. He didn't have a strong arm.
we
And he
need
like
to
does
see
Get on
Hurts
Jalen.
one
Hold on,
more
let me hear Philly
year.
girl. I need to hear Philly girl. Go ahead, girl.
We need to see Hurts play one more year because
What I'm
you
saying?
need that third year. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. Last year when he played, he reminded me, I grew up on Randall Cunningham. He reminded me a lot of Randall Cunningham. And when I said earlier he showed promise, he was starting to get the ball down the field. I think it would be most important for him to nail if he can't complete his all-around quarterback scheme, he needs to nail the red zone because nailing the red zone has won us many games. And I think that if there's anything he needs to be able to nail, it's the red zone. But we can't call it, is he that guy? Is he that guy prior to this year's draft? We still need to see him play because if you remember, the first year was the first year COVID come about. They couldn't play in person. You still need, so technically they were only on the field going hard and real for 1 year. We still need to see him play one more year before it's okay, he's our guy, or nah, it's time to look.
And I agree with that. I think this Saints trade, that we pulled off earlier in the offseason, I think that's to set us up for if Jalen Hurts does trash this season.
Insurance. It's insurance.
Yeah.
Pick a quarterback. It's insurance to see if it's does good or not, so we can draft the quarterback.
Yo, Connor, pull that East Coast Gridiron comment up right there. That Oklahoma one, that first one.
Yeah.
No, this the other.
I need to see Trey Rock and my man East Coast Gridiron get in.
Yo, the other one. This is such, bro. This is such
I'm always for it.
bro. This is such
need
a
to see
huge
that.
comment, bro. Like
I'm
this
going.
doesn't even make any sense. Like, what does that prove? Like Oklahoma, the only reason Jalen Hurts did good at Oklahoma was because
It's not even the same caliber. It's not even the same caliber.
Oklahoma College, the Eagles, NFL.
that defense in that division.
Go to his next comment.
But you can't even do that. Oklahoma's a good college, my guy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Who are the defenses they were
yards,
playing?
meaning the
One
quarterback
time,
those passes open.
I want to ask you a
compare
question.
Oklahoma.
Go ahead, Bird. Go ahead,
Can I ask you a question?
Slide. Go ahead, Slide.
Yo, Bird Gang. Who did they play that was good that year? Who was one team
Bro,
that they played that was good?
hold on.
The whole big.
Hold on. Before you answer, Bird, hold on.
Hold on real quick.
They're not bad. Just
The
because
only
the SEC is the best doesn't mean like the ones that are right next to it, like the second and third best, aren't good divisions in football.
Defenses
There's really
are
only
bad,
like
bro.
one or two crappy
They
Let
suck.
Trey rebuttal this. I know he's steaming right now. What you got, Trey?
Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
We all know what conference Oklahoma playing, bro. You see these scores? They look like basketball scores every game.
Thank you.
Come on, bro. We can't
But you
compare
still
that
gotta
to
throw
the
the ball.
What you mean?
Period.
You can throw it on that defense however you
Period.
want to. You playing Texas Christian and schools like that, they don't play no defense in that
The
conference at
scores are
all.
45-48. The scores are
Scores be like
Oklahoma's
50 to
What?
60 every
What
game.
is
Oklahoma's probably in one of the worst conferences
National
ever.
football ranking. What is Oklahoma
how
ranking?
Jalen Rager become a first round pick? What school
How
he
did he
go to?
become
Bro, he
a
was
Heisman
cooking
Trophy
terrible
candidate?
corners.
Like
What's
number
false?
two.
Jalen
How did it
Rager.
happen? And he
Jalen
didn't know how
Rager
to throw the
is good
football.
in
Come on, guys. You guys are getting a little ridiculous.
Yo, Jalen Rager
He can throw a
was
football.
cooking terrible corners, bro.
Nobody said he couldn't throw. We said he's not that great at throwing.
Yeah.
He could. Anybody could. I could pick up a football and throw it. That's easy.
Hurts just relied on.
And I don't mean I'm gonna throw it to somebody and they're gonna catch it, but I can pick it up and throw it.
For me, it's like this. This for me. This is me. This is me. For me, Jalen Hurts got to be better than Dak Prescott. Got to be better than all these other quarterbacks outside of Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. You got to be better than almost half of your conference.
Hurts has to be
Dog, that
You
is
got to be better than half your conference and all three of your divisions. Simple as that.
I like this
If
East
you
Coast guy. He comes with
bro,
facts.
this
He
comment
don't
is
come
so
with facts though.
ignorant.
He's just saying anything right now. They bro.
Hey, I'm
How
about
many
to go
times
check.
we
I think
watched
he might
this?
have a channel out, so I'm gonna have to go check my man's out. Yeah, we might have to set some of this up because
Yeah, we're gonna set this up. This is gonna be
Bro,
good. I
dude,
like it. I
what
like this guy.
what defense did Jalen Hurts play that year? Bro, tell me one good defense he played. When he
It
played a
could've
real
been
defense
a
like
high
LSU,
level
he got smacked.
football.
the only good this season.
Like, how does CeeDee Lamb get props, but Jalen Hurts don't get props?
Because CeeDee Lamb
didn't even have a game like a season like that
CeeDee
until
Lamb
Jalen
is
got there.
actually good.
But
CeeDee
now all of
Lamb
a
is
sudden,
actually good.
CeeDee's are great, and Jalen's just like, oh, he's still, I don't know what to talk
By
about.
the way, we got a super chat in the
Hey,
building.
shout
We
out
got a
to
super chat.
Jeremiah.
Hey, shout
Exactly
out
what
for the
this
super
has to do in
chat.
order for us to go in another direction is that take difference offense to the playoffs, win one game. I say if we can make it to the second round, that is a better season.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that question. I'm gonna salute to him. Go ahead, no, to answer Jermaine's question.
What's the
all
question?
right. So what exactly does Hurts have to do in order for us to go in another direction? Is it take a what? Take a
It makes like if he takes us to the playoffs, if he wins two playoffs, like when is he going to get
I'm
a
sorry.
point where y'all
Yeah,
All right,
what?
so we need to
Yeah,
take a
and
deficient
start
offense to
appreciating? He took
playoffs
us to
and
the
win one game.
playoffs.
I mean, honestly, Jalen just has to go out there. Again, I know his bar right now, we've already set that. We need to make the playoffs as a team. But honestly, we can't help him if the defense completely melts down also. If the defense is trash, it is what it is. It's a team sport. All I expect to do from Jalen this year, I need him to show the improvements in those areas he needs to get better with. He's throwing more touchdowns. I need to see him making better decisions, quick reads, and things like that. I don't want to see him just one read and go this year. But at the same time, look, I've already seen that Jalen Hurts has enough talent. I believe that if you build around him, let him grow, and you know what I'm saying, give him time to develop, I think he'll be okay. So I don't think Jalen Hurts has to do way too much, but I'm still on. We need to get this man some talent up in here because again, like we're relying on our developmental staff.
Okay, so
receivers, and it ain't been it.
Well, I hear you, Notion. I hear you, but we still need. I still feel like the red zone is where he needs
absolutely
to work.
Yeah,
because it really it's like it's a Philly thing. Like you go hard in the red zone or you don't win the game. So I really feel like That's what he needs. That's what we need. We need him to nail the red zone and then take us into the playoffs. Do we expect a Super Bowl?
But he was
Not
great
this
in the
year,
red
but
Like,
I'm
zone
telling
last
you,
year.
we
so
need
Though.
to
let's
go
figure out, are we
past
going off
a
stats? Are
wild
we going
card
off
because
eye
I won't be
test?
happy with that.
He was great in the red zone last year. It was just
Yeah.
20 to 20. He
And
was
that's why
starting.
I said he showed promise last year. We need to see him do it this year
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
agreed.
then take
exactly.
us further. A wild card is not going to cut it for me. It's just not. I've been a
Not
fan
for me
too long.
either. The
Okay,
worst
so
Understand?
division in
But in
football.
terms of overall team accomplishments, that can never just be put down to a position. Like we said, Jalen can ball out, our defense can be trash, and Gannon can suck, and we lose games because of Gannon's coaching and not Jalen. Then people can't be like, oh, well, our record is this, so Jalen must have been trash. No, he can have a good season. Like, just a year, like I said, going into the same year, this dude hasn't did this since high school. It's like, you guys,
Yes.
like, got to use your common sense and think about it. Like, he's going to be better, regardless of
I
what.
mean,
Like, you're going to be better because you're going to be in a whole nother, the same offense again. So you're going to be able to take that next step in your brain level. Like, if you're not
Right.
learning everything,
right.
you're
Hey,
Right. Right.
I got a question for East Coast
And I want
Gridiron
to hear from Raphael too, because I know I know you got something to say on it.
after this.
Yeah, I know because last season the Eagles went to worse of that, but we started this season right here for the Philadelphia Eagles. We just saw like an improvement because right now it is what it is because I know the defense went bad so many times, but the worst thing about it is losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because it feels like okay, so we head to the playoffs, but we just felt that we just fell down against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they feel so strong about the defense. So it's just like a improvement right here because the last season from 2020 for 2021, it will say like we are the worst. But that season is just like seeing an improvement. They say, hey, our defense sucks because we don't have many offlines right here. Jalen Hurts is getting tired, but we just told that Nick Sirianni run that ball. It's just like we see it like an improvement or we see it like a nightmare. But I think that this season is going to improve more, and we just hope that see Jalen Hurts more improvement, and of course, getting Gale was going to be like a crazy season right here. So it might be expected for this season for the Eagles because we're not going to hand it out with the hands right there because right now it seems like the just like an improvement right here, the another improvement because remember that time that Super Bowl 2018 we just won against New England Patriots. Right now is about time to get Eagles to say, hey, Nick Sirianni, we just run that ball as much as we can right here. We cannot lose the defense right here. We cannot lose the offline right here. So I know the defense sucks because right now they need to focus right here. So forget about those bad things and let's just get and go to the good ones. So right now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Apparently,
That was good.
TCU is a good defense. Apparently, TCU is a good defense in 2020. They suck.
Can I say something?
Go ahead,
Please.
Trey.
Please say something.
Go
Nah.
ahead,
All
Trey.
right.
Let it out.
No, because I'm still like big play. I'm still tripping off dude talking about Oklahoma Conference played defense. Bro, Jalen Hurts played
Okay.
3 years ago. 3 years ago. Every defense in that conference was horrible. Every defense. Texas.
I'm a Texas
TCU.
Longhorn fan. I know how bad our
So you're
defense is.
saying if we go back right
Our
now to
defense
that
is
year,
garbage. Our defense
we're
is
gonna
garbage.
look at the defenses, and they will not have not one team in that conference will have a top 10 defense.
They
No.
put up
And
34.
now I
No.
want to look it up. Now I want to
No.
look it up.
No team
No.
in
Who
that
got the
conference
computer in front of them?
Yo,
Let's
yo,
go.
You
PC,
Let's
see
go.
what happened when he
Let's
went
go.
up against
I
actual
already got the
defenses. He
stats.
played horrible.
Look
He
it up,
played
big.
horrible when he
He
went up
got
against actual
they got stomped
defenses.
on by LSU. They got
I
stomped.
already got the stats up.
LSU.
They put up 34 against TCU, and apparently that's a good defense. They said that's a good defense.
No, big play.
That was
Look
their
up.
lowest
Look
score.
up
34.
the whatever division this Oklahoma is in. Look up their division and see if there's any of those guys in the division in the top 10 or top 15.
The
Right
best
now?
defense in that conference was Oklahoma.
Well, let's see. Like,
I
They
promise
had
you, and they was
they
getting
had
like
Kenneth
40 put
Murray.
up on them a game. So come on, bro. Listen,
Wasn't that
I
the year
watch.
that
I
they had
actually
Kenneth
watch
Murray?
college football. I actually watch it. Like watch it. Trash. whole defense trash, all of them, bro.
But you can say that about everybody. If you want to say the
You
SEC so tight,
can't.
I'm here in Alabama. Alabama play like 7 WAC or like 5 WAC games every year. Where West Kentucky, like really,
that's who they put on
like
their
those
schedule.
games, really.
That's
Like,
who they put on their
every
schedule, though,
single
DB.
year. Their big games is usually like a couple of big games in Auburn. That's what's
You
the
know
big
the
game.
non-conference
But they're
ones.
like
That's
this
who they put on their
power
schedule, right?
team. Kentucky sucks, dude.
And Kentucky play harder defense than anybody in that
I'm lost right now. How are we
It's
even
not a
on
big
college?
deal. It's the same as Lamb getting whatever.
I have no idea, Nelson. I have no idea.
No,
I have
because
no
I
idea.
promise
the
you,
dude in
Kentucky
the
plays
chat
harder
said,
defense than anybody in Oklahoma Conference. I promise
yeah,
you.
Oh,
smoked
East
out,
Coast
dude.
is in
You're
the building.
smoking.
Now we're
Here
getting
we
somewhere.
go.
East Coast
You're
is in the
smoking
building.
right
Oh
now.
my
Let's
God,
go.
we're about to go
Get it.
past the 2-hour
You're
mark.
smoking
Get it.
something
Go
right
ahead,
now.
East Coast. I want
I
to.
have a lot
Ooh,
of
go
What are
ahead.
you
Get it.
talking about, Kentucky?
Can I say something?
Really?
Hey, man,
Did
let
you
him
just like
speak, bro.
defend
Let
Kentucky
him
and made a
speak. This
powerhouse?
don't be. I love this show. I love this show. Go ahead.
You guys hear me? First of all,
Yep.
Yeah.
all right. So
Salute.
just let me know what the Big 12 does bad. They're a Power 5 conference.
are we saying 2020?
I was still waiting for
You
that.
talking about 2020?
In
Jalen Hurts
general,
played
dude,
3 years
Oklahoma's a
ago.
powerhouse
That was your
school.
argument.
Like
You
they're
said
not no
2020.
trash school.
You said 2020
Jalen
though.
Hurts played 3 years ago. You know that. You gotta keep that in mind too. All right.
I
You can
mean,
talk about
I-
last year, but he
When's the
played
last
3
time
years
Oklahoma's
ago.
been garbage?
Huh?
Or players from Oklahoma didn't get drafted high?
Kenneth Murray. Kenneth Murray was a really good player. Well, he's
Sam
playing pretty good
Bradford
with
was
the
an
Chargers.
Oklahoma quarterback.
Kenneth Murray,
All right,
Neville
so-
Gallimore in that draft class for the Oklahoma Sooners.
I want my man real quick to speak his piece real quick because I see he was rolling in this chat here. I see
I
my
like
man
it.
came
I-
here.
And that was a great
Dude,
one.
I love this
What?
stuff. I mean, if you go to my
I love
channel, it's nothing but breakdowns. Can you guys hear me? First of all,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good, my
Yes,
guy.
sir.
Yeah, you're good.
all right.
You're good.
So
But before you go, East, let me say this, guys. Come on now. We're almost close to the 2-hour mark. If y'all ain't entertained by this, help me out. Help us out. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that
Yes.
notification bell. Like, subscribe, and comment to the
This
Birds
is
of
like
Broad
an
Street.
exclusive, like Birds of Broad Street. Like we usually don't go this long, but I'm rolling. Let's
Now,
keep
we
going.
be having fun. Y'all can see with it.
Ain't nobody got no
We like to
idea.
have
Yeah,
fun on here.
salute to everybody that's on the chat. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, but hey, go ahead, East. I want to see this Ethan Trey rivalry. Go ahead. I want to see this.
I'm gonna be the ref.
so first of all, did anybody watch the Big 12 this year?
You talking about this year? Jalen Hurts played 3 years ago.
Whoa,
So check it out. No, you guys are saying that the Big 12
You can't say
doesn't
this
play
division
defense in
sucks.
general.
They don't.
Wow.
Why do you
He's-
say that? What facts back that up?
Bro.
Did you see Baylor this year?
That's what I'm
Baylor's
trying
like
to tell
one
you.
of the best defensive teams.
We was talking
out there.
about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts
Yeah,
played
yeah.
college football
And
3
2000
years ago.
Okay, in
3 years ago.
2020, how many people that came out of TCU that got drafted that were very high draft picks? Remember the safety from last year? Remember the cornerback?
You talking about what's his
Jalen
name?
Pitts.
Moorhead or something?
Yep.
What's his name?
Jalen Pitts.
Yep. They had a very good safety back. They had a very good cornerback that came out of that class.
Yep.
You know, Oklahoma's offense in general was Lincoln Riley set them up for success. Okay. Everything was predicated around Jalen Hurts. He's even said that. He does that for every single quarterback that comes there. That's why Kyler Murray had success. Do you remember before that Baker Mayfield came from Texas Tech?
Yes, thank you.
I mean, he actually comes out and says this. His quarterback from last year is actually transferred to USC because he said that he's predicating that offense around him. So to say that, you know, the way that Nick Sirianni's play calling is a little suspect. He is going to defend the play calling all the time. Why did he defend that the wide open Dallas Goedert last year? He defended the play calling. He broke it down for you guys in the press conference. So unless that changes, he's not going to have success. That's why I said in the comments, if he goes somewhere like New England, even if Doug Peterson was back there, he would have success. But let's see what happens this year with Nick Sirianni. I'm not an Eagles fan, by the way. I'm a Jaguars fan, and we suck. So go ahead and
Hey, you got Dougie P, so you're gonna be all right this year.
Hey, this show is for any fan, so hey.
I got Dougie P.
I know that smells so
Take
bad.
care of my
I know this
coach.
smells
Take
so
care-
bad.
Hey, East. Before you go continue, take care of my coach. Take care of my coach.
I have no faith in our team. I'm not a big Trevor Lawrence fan, but go ahead.
I like that. I like that. He keep
Hey,
it 100,
go,
though. That's respect.
go ahead, Trey. I know you got it. Go ahead, Trey.
Bro, these scores look like goddamn basketball scores. That's what I just was
Oh my
saying.
god!
Go and look at the
Goddamn
Pac-12 scores. Go look at the Pac-12. They're the
I'm
fastest
looking at them.
conference. They
Every
don't play
conference,
defense.
every single.
They don't play defense at all. ACC was probably the worst in defensive statistics last year.
Stink.
Like it
No
Like in
it
college football in
fluctuates.
general, every top team only playing like 5 good games out of 10.
If
Like the
Clemson
rest
have
of them
We're
are
not talking about one
suspect
team
ass
though. We talking about the whole conference. The conference as a whole. It looked like college basketball scores.
We're playing
65s.
Okay,
50s,
name an offense. Name the most prominent.
45s.
Name the most prominent offense in the Big 12. It's the air raid offense for most teams. So what do you
And
think is going to happen?
that's exactly why I said. That's why dudes gonna come out of them defenses, because it's gonna be a couple dudes that stand out in any defense you put on film. It's going to be, but overall team defense.
But if the
trash.
league's trending towards that, why wouldn't Jalen be prime suspect to be like the best when he did the best when he was there?
You know why I say that? Because they had 3 straight year Heisman Trophy winners.
They had 25 plays under center last year. That gives you no flexibility to run any other play. The league average was about 40% under center. So for you guys to say, "Oh, everybody plays out of shotgun," no, they don't.
Everybody plays out of shotgun.
No, they don't. Everybody's offense is predicated somewhat around their run game. You cannot say that the number one seed last year with the Titans was not the number one seed for a reason.
Bro,
They
we
had
just
a
saw
running game.
Josh.
The
We
Colts
just saw
as well.
Josh Allen damn near
Ooh,
make
that
it
is
to
the
the Super Bowl without running the football. So you can't say that.
What?
Josh
we just
Allen
saw
was
Josh
the
Allen
running back.
make
So
the
what
Super
are
Bowl
you
without
waiting?
running the football.
If you go back,
bro.
no, man. If you go back and watch the playoffs, Devin Singletary is going to be a beast this year, and he did
he's
a lot
not.
in the
No,
playoffs.
he's not. Devin Singletary been in the league like 3 years already. He done nothing.
Okay.
He done good.
He did nothing.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you why do you think that?
If you watched Devin Singletary last year, he was splitting carries with Zach Moss, and they were also predicating a lot of their RPOs around Josh Allen last year as well. That offensive line is not that good, first of all. So they're going to have to address this in this draft.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And if you watch Devin Singletary throughout the playoffs, he actually played very, very well. And if you watch anything as far as interviews with how Sean McDermott wants to run their offense next year, he already said that he wanted Devin Singletary to be the number one running back on that team and for Zach Moss to be a gadget guy next year. That's how much I watch
makes
football.
sense though, because Devin Singletary is a scat back. Zach Moss is a power back. That don't make sense.
His problem was, didn't he get banged up a couple of years, like where he wasn't getting his full normal like share plays because he was hurting off the side there.
Singletary had like one good game in the playoffs, and that
He's a scat back.
had one good game.
I think we're getting away from the crux here, and I'm glad East Coast is on the panel because I think I can help him out a little bit in terms of the logic of where he's coming from when he said that Jalen Hurts could be the perfect system quarterback, and it makes a lot of sense for the reason being that when you look at the trio of Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and Jalen Hurts, they have a lot of similar tendencies because that's what was built into that Lincoln Riley style of offense. So when Jalen is carrying it into the NFL with an inconsistent series of play calls, and you have a quarterback coach that was play calling at the collegiate level, so he's not necessarily accustomed to the NFL level, and you tandem that with a first year play caller and an offensive coordinator in Shaden Steichen who was working with a different quarterback last year. There's a lot of a mixed bag that you're working with there, which is not necessarily setting Hurts up for success in the short term, but it's something that has to be done in the long term. So that's what I'm seeing, and I'm hoping that makes some sort of sense to where you're coming from, East.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. How many people on this panel, I'm not calling anybody out, but how many people know exactly what Nick Sirianni's offensive scheme is?
It's like a blend of not. I don't want to call it a hybrid West Coast, but it's a blend of West Coast concepts.
Kind of.
Exactly.
It's called
I
a
just say you
horizontal
can't
attack.
even call it out because he tried
It's called
something
a
early
what? A horizontal
and
what?
he did something different at the end of the
It's
season.
called a horizontal attack, which is kind of a take on the West Coast offense, right? But they're only running about 1 to 2, maybe on some plays, receivers deep. Rest of it is intermediate routes. Where does Jalen Hurts struggle? He threw a lot of short passes last year. I mean, he was averaging like 5 yards of reception from his receivers at some
Deep
point.
balls.
Yes, he struggles at
Yeah.
intermediate routes and deep balls. What did they run at Oklahoma? They ran the air raid offense, which is nothing but receivers running everywhere without a lot of run game. So that actually helps them out. Plus, Lincoln Riley did something at Oklahoma that has never been done outside of Kyler Murray. He saw the success that happened with Kyler Murray inside of RPOs. You go and you bring Jalen Hurts in. He started in the same type of offense with a lot of vertical routes down the field to CeeDee Lamb. That's why CeeDee Lamb has success everywhere he's gone, especially with the Cowboys, because they run a very similar scheme. For people to say that Amari Cooper was being doubled last year, go watch the tape. There's a lot, especially against you guys. You guys had Darius Slay, and I forget the other guy's name, on him like the whole game. Steven Nelson on him the whole game. So it's kind of reversed. So when we're talking about offensive schemes and the way that quarterbacks fit in, yes, it's very important. Nick Sirianni did not draft Jalen Hurts. This was Doug Peterson, whose offense was very predicated around quarterback. Because what? He was a quarterback at one point. That's why Jacksonville brought him to help out Trevor Lawrence. So you got to think about these type of things too. Like it's especially when Jalen Hurts got replaced at Alabama with Tua being his quarterback. Nick said, I'm going to put the best quarterback in this game to win. Why? Because Jalen Hurts is one-dimensional in the offense when they tried to switch it up. When they brought Tua inside the game, he was able to do a lot more different things than Jalen Hurts was. And plus, he's a left-handed quarterback, so that already confused the defensive scheme. It's fantastic the way that he was used throughout his career at Alabama up until when Tua got there. And actually, Jalen Hurts, credit to him, when Tua got hurt, he came in and won him several games. So when he entered the transfer portal and Lincoln Riley picked him up at Oklahoma, it was perfect because he was allowing the offense to be predicated around Jalen Hurts.
I mean, bro, let me say this though.
Go ahead, Troy.
I got something to say too. You could do stuff like that in college, but it's defensive coordinators that's getting paid millions of dollars to figure out what you're trying to do.
Is that Jalen's fault or is that Nick Sirianni's fault?
And that's my point in general.
Because if he really was
great for a first year, starting quarterback.
Jalen Hurts' only Heisman campaign was in 2020.
Listen. I watched Jalen Hurts, high school, college, NFL, same quarterback. He improved nothing. He didn't improve nothing in his game. High school, college.
You can't be talking about like a teenager, a young freaking 19-year-old compared to a grown man.
What you mean? No, at this point, he's seen damn near every basic defense. Every basic defense. At this point, if you can't beat a regular cover 3, cover 2 defense, you're gonna be a horrible quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
they barely play cover 2 in you guys' division.
So,
bro, when we played Tampa Bay,
break the rookie record for most receivers ever. We didn't just have that. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, he still did all right. I'm not saying he's some great, Pro Bowl quarterback right now, but I'm saying like the guy for first year, he's on a great pace.
Guess how much
has Jalen Hurts worked on since he's been at college? Like, what has he gotten better at?
Same dude.
He's literally been the same. He hasn't gotten better in not one area. I've seen the same.
Tampa Bay literally played.
How many games has Jalen lost?
Okay. Hold on. Okay.
With all this other stuff, like he hasn't lost very many games as a football player in general.
Okay, so let's answer it right now. We're gonna ask East Coast first, and then we're gonna go around the room because we all got our opinions on Jalen Hurts. What should we do this year? Should we go draft Malik Willis? Should we stick with Jalen Hurts? What should we do at quarterback? Let's start with East.
What should you do at quarterback?
Yes,
I
because
think
we all got our opinions on Jalen Hurts. So
well
what do we do?
On my show, I'm the quarterback guru for sure. I mean, that's the one position that I always talk about. That's why I think Matt Corral is so high on my board. I think he's the best quarterback since Andrew Luck. But when you really look at it, I think any important quarterback room or any position room starts with the depth that you have there to make them better. So you guys don't have that much depth other than Gardner Minshew at the quarterback position right now. What you do is, I think if you can, you bring somebody like Matt Corral in to help with that, because it's only going to put pressure on Jalen to be better. And if he doesn't get better, you're going to look at Matt Corral being your starting quarterback. I mean, it's the same thing that I was saying for Trevor Lawrence, too. He had nobody in his quarterback room. That's why when you look at the Colts running back room, why Jonathan Taylor was so good is because he had Nyheim Hines and he also had Marlon Mack there that were ready to take the first spot right away if he wasn't good. Iron sharpens iron all day long. Look at all the successful position groups inside the NFL. I bet you if you look at their depth chart, they have some of the most deep quarterback, running back, wide receiver, any position skill group room in the NFL. That's just my take on it. I think you guys should draft a quarterback that's going to be competitive, and I think young talent and young competition is going to be very good for Jalen Hurts. If you don't do that, you're going to see more of the same.
That being said, none of these guys coming out of this draft is on this level, man. He had better stats than all those cats.
Why do you say that?
Can't you say that though, BIRDGANG?
That's exactly what you
start
want to
spot.
draft. No, that's exactly what you want to draft. The ones that are not like real big or whatever are the ones that make something of themselves. Those are the ones you want.
So what made Matt Corral bad and why people are evaluating him low? I'm just curious because he was the best player in the country last year.
I think
he
it's
had no
just
offensive line. He was a leading rusher on this team. The size doesn't matter. Everybody was saying that about Chris Olave, and he's like,
all right. Let me hear from Trey. What should we do with Jalen Hurts? Because we all got our opinions on him. We all got our concerns about him. What should we do then?
No, I was just basically telling him Matt Corral only gets slighted because he's small. He's like 5'10", probably 5'11".
He's 6'1".
He's not 6'1".
He is 6'1".
He's not 6'1". I seen this dude, like, he's not 6'1". I promise you he's not.
Matt Corral is actually 6'2".
No.
You can Google it. 6'2", 212 pounds. I'm telling you guys, you gotta know what you're talking about when you talk about players, guys.
On film, bro. He looked little as hell.
It's because he's skinny. It's because
he looked little as hell.
212.
It looked like they're gonna break his legs.
This is how you know some of you guys don't watch game film, man. He's 6'2".
What you mean? I watch college football. I seen the
No,
dude
you don't, because you obviously would know how tall he is.
Which, bro, he looks like 5'11", 5'10" to me.
Best player in the country
he looked little
last
as
year.
hell behind that offensive line. So, I mean, like at the end of the day, ain't Matt Carroll coming off an injury?
He got hurt in the bowl game that he played in. Yes, when everybody else was complaining that Kenny Pickett didn't play.
He a pencil. He a pencil. He gonna get killed in the NFL. So,
did you see the injury that he had? It was very fluky.
I mean, a lot of them are, but I saw him getting his ass beat up all season, though. To be honest,
he didn't turn the ball over against Alabama either. So,
you're evaluating the tape. Football team, like he didn't turn the ball over against Alabama. Okay, now you get cooked.
Ole Miss sucked.
So Trey, what you doing, bro? With QB? I mean, I hear my man saying, Matt Corral might be something, put fire to Jalen too, but what you doing on that? How you handling the quarterback position?
I mean, I'm gonna let him play it out. To be honest, I let him play it out this year. If he ball out, we keep him. If you don't, he gotta go. And then we could look at a Matt Corral or one of those dudes, or Stroud or one of those dudes. I mean, or we even could look at one of these veterans out there. It don't matter to me, but I'm letting them play the season out. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Corral's got talent though. I just don't like his decision making.
I think he a
what
good
do you mean about his decision making? He was under pressure more than any quarterback last year.
Is fluky. Like sometimes his
because he's under pressure. Any quarterback would suck because of that.
Like against defense.
Billy Girl
pre-snap, he was the best in pre-snap decision.
His blitzes.
I'm still here.
He's making up stats now, bro. To be honest, he talking about he's the best.
He just tell Matt Corral.
Bro, I have like
every time
6,000 videos on Matt Corral.
Like, no, that don't even make sense. Oh, he's the best in pre-snap. Like what?
He
How you
is
just
at
know?
the
It's like a million quarterbacks in college football. He was number one. He was number one in
Billy
pre-snap.
Girl.
Like,
He
come
was the
on, you just
best.
making up stats
And-
now, bro.
Oh
okay,
man.
buddy.
All right, look, real quick. I'm gonna put my just quick thoughts on QB. I'm kind of, again, I think we ain't got no choice. We don't need to be using no high draft picks on none of these quarterbacks. If you ask me, but somebody that may, I'm not gonna be shocked if our team does draft a quarterback. Somebody potentially in the later round. I've been hearing Carson Strong. Listen, if it's in the later rounds, I would take a gamble on that. But just this team right now, I don't think we need to be using any of our first early round. If you try to dress quarterback, well, that's Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral. Not this year, unless they fall to the fourth, possible round. I'm good. I'm gonna pass on QB this year.
But what if Malik Willis goes to the second round and we can pick him?
That's not gonna happen.
I would no, but
I
think
don't
what
want
if?
that to happen. I don't
You
want
get the
Jalen
hype
Hurts
with the
2.0,
athletic
people. Come on
quarterback,
now.
the draft get here and the pocket passers go first. What if Malik does go to the second round? Are you guys mad that you take him? Because I wouldn't care at the second round. If it's second round, I wouldn't even
2020 all over again. 2020 all
I
over
don't
again.
think
I ain't dealing with that.
Carson. I think Jalen wouldn't even trip off that. He knows that he's a starter for this year. He's gonna go out there and ball out like he's supposed to ball out, and then you ain't gotta worry about it.
Hey, hold on. Trey, can you tell them about our city, about our fan base, of what they do if Jalen Hurts make one bad move, one bad pick?
It ain't even about him making a bad
Second
move.
round, though.
It ain't about him making a
I'm
bad
just
move.
saying, y'all know our fan base.
That's
One
the third
bad
pick,
move.
my guy. Like
It
3
ain't about him
draft
making
picks
a bad
in.
move though. It's the name. It's like, all right, we got somebody else sitting right there. Now you start effing up. Now we want him. You seen what happened with Gardner
That's the
Minshew
NFL in
year.
general. Everybody got to play for their job every day.
Really? Is Josh Allen looking over his shoulder? Is
No.
Patrick Mahomes looking over his shoulder? Is
No.
Tom Brady? Aaron
No.
Rodgers?
No.
Kyler Murray?
No.
Deshaun Watson?
Nope.
Lamar Jackson?
Nope.
Exactly.
Not at all, Paul.
32 teams, okay? Just because you name 10, don't make it tight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Like, come on.
I'm
You
just
name
saying.
10 quarterbacks, and there's only like 10 elite quarterbacks out there.
It's not even about that. Like the fan base, we all know how the fan base is. It's like once they get to that point, just like they did with Carson, just like they tried to do with Jalen last year, it's gonna be the same thing repeating it. They saw Gardner Minshew come in and have a okay game. Now everybody's screaming they want
Minshew
Gardner Minshew.
mania. Minshew mania.
It's just based off our situation.
I
though.
thought that was just great scheme finally by Nick, and he didn't have that great of a game. Like every single thing that you cry about Jalen Hurts doing, Minshew did in that game, but then everybody's like, "Oh, it's Minshew's mania." I'm like, did you not watch? He underthrew balls left and right. He floated balls over. Like he wasn't doing anything impressive.
But we actually seen him passing the football. That's what it was.
A scheme thing. That's not a player
It was
thing.
not, I mean, he had to get the football there, though, right?
We didn't even do the same plays.
Because we can't. Our quarterback can't throw. That's why.
All right. Before we go back to the Jalen Hurts debate, we're past the 2-hour mark. Billy Girl, do you have any final marks?
So my final remarks will be, I will still stand firm on we need to see Hurts under a whole nother season. I agree with East Coast in that we should draft another quarterback, although I would not say early. I wouldn't say the first round. I think the first round we need a wide receiver. I'm going one offense, one defense. What? One offense, one defense in the first round, and then a quarterback maybe in like the third round. I like what I saw in Hurts last year. He had promise. I want to see him again this year, but make no mistake about it. If he doesn't come to work this year, then next year I'm going to be looking for a replacement.
But you already see him working.
I do, which is why I'm giving him another year. Because if he was straight garbage last year, I'd be like, get the clown out of here.
After this season,
name me that many quarterbacks that had a better first year.
Yo, when Hurts is not the guy, it's gonna be CJ Stroud season. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
You got any final thoughts? East.
Yeah.
Yep.
Final
you guys talking
thoughts?
to me? I didn't hear
Yeah.
you. It was like,
Yeah, I was giving you your final thoughts before we wrap up because we passed the 2-hour mark.
What's that
I mean,
matter? Let's just keep rocking.
yeah,
Let's
I mean,
go. We can talk
Go
all
ahead.
night.
Go ahead. Whatever you got to say, go ahead.
What
Say
you got
something.
here?
I'm just
BIRDGANG
saying,
on the 24/7 special. We about to rock.
Go ahead. What
Shout
you
out to
go
the
ahead.
30
Y'all
in the
want to keep
chat
rocking? Go
rocking,
ahead.
watching us. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
Bird don't like that Philly girl said we should draft a quarterback. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He wants to
gotta
go.
be,
go
let's
ahead.
keep rocking it.
I'm just saying, like I
No,
don't say early,
Keep
but maybe
going.
one later and one that can develop in that will be able to do the next man up with the
I don't,
quarterback because we can't do that right now. Make
I
sense?
don't even
It
care. Like,
depends
if
though.
it's not the first, I don't even care. Second, third, fourth. You want to draft quarterback in the second round? I don't even care.
No,
I don't.
Like if
First
I
round.
Burrow's
don't care.
there at
I know
51,
Round number one.
like,
but I wouldn't
Quarterback.
care.
no, not first round. Hurts
I
came
said
from a
second.
first round. Can you
That means you
imagine?
got
And
two
then
first
having a
round picks. You already
backup for
picked your guys.
no,
Get your quarterback in the second.
no. In the
Lock
second
it down.
round, you think the second round?
I don't want them to pick one at all. But I'm saying, like, if they did it in the second round, I wouldn't be like 100% mad.
All right, then. With that being said, look, guys, I really got to jump off this panel. I got to get to work. I appreciate you letting me up here.
Hey,
It was nice talking with you
salute.
guys. Nice to see you
Salute,
guys.
Philly
Salute,
girls. Remember,
Nozu.
you can jump on anytime you
Philly
want. The
girl,
door's
yes,
open.
indeed.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. What'd you say, Notion?
No, I was just saying, hey, appreciate you for sliding through. You know you VIP day one in this thing. Eagle family all
You
day.
guys
It's
know
the
I
Birds of
love it.
Broad Street. It's family on the show.
Yes, sir.
Despite us arguing about Jalen Hurts.
All I know
We're
is
going to
my
argue
sister's
about
kicking
Jalen
butt
Hurts
right
later in the season. That's what's going
And
to
then
end up
another thing, my
happening.
boy Jalen Hurts.
You guys have a great night. Thanks so much. And
Yep.
fly, Eagles,
Peace.
fly, man.
Fly, go fly.
Eagles,
Coach,
fly.
you got anything to add?
Yeah, I'm gonna add something. First of all, thank y'all always for having me up on here.
Like I
And
said, you're always welcome, Coach. It ain't just a call in.
The
If
coach.
you want to
And
let
y'all
us
make
know.
sure y'all check the coach out too, because he kicking that fire also.
Our official coach of the Birds of Broad Street. I'm making it official. Yeah, I said it.
The official coach.
And Gridiron,
Exactly.
he's Gridiron. Hey, I'm in your division. I'm a diehard Texan fan, so I'm in your division as well. Nice to
Oh
meet
man,
you.
we gave you the.
hey man, I did a video on
But
Brandon
I
Cooks.
gave you the official
Well,
coach as long as it's not the blue and silver. Don't start, man.
No. All right.
Yeah. Yo,
Like,
Hey, Coach, I did a video on Brandon Cooks. I think he's one of the most underrated wide
I
receivers.
agree.
Oh,
Man.
Texas,
bro,
right.
That was one of the best. That
Yep.
was one of the best signings that happened this
That
offseason,
is
to
a
be
fact,
completely honest
Bro,
with you.
that's about like the only thing I agreed with you on today, bro. I completely agree on that.
That ain't the only thing he agreed.
Bro, Brandon Cooks is one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL. He's had, I think, 6 1,000
6
yard
1,000
Yep.
yards.
You learned that from my video, didn't you? With 4 different teams.
Exactly. Right? And I wish the Eagles got him, bro. I'm just mad that we didn't get him.
And yeah, but like I wouldn't draft the quarterback in the first round. That's almost like if you drafting a quarterback in the first round, goddamn, that's almost like you got to play him at some point. But and I think that would kind of piss Jalen Hurts off a little bit, drafting him in the first round. Like if it's the 5th or 6th round or 4th round, I would. That's why I'll take a chance at a quarterback. At the same time, like I said, I think Jalen Hurts did enough to show that he's the guy. But he does have a lot of improvement. That Tampa Bay game, I can't get off that Tampa Bay game where he missed so many wide open throws in that game, wide open wide receivers that just running around the field wide open. They just basically played a man-to-man coverage and brought everybody in the box to literally stop the run. And just Jalen Hurts just couldn't get the ball to the wide receivers. So he has done enough to deserve another year. But if he stinks bad this year, if he have even the same year that he had last year, I think you consider moving on from him a little bit because he's got to make some of those throws, and receivers are really right there in front of him to make the throw. He just don't trust his arm enough, or he's just if the read is not there, he's just gonna run out the pocket. So I think he's done enough this year for his first starting quarterback this year. I think he's done enough to keep his quarterback job. But I would consider dropping one in the later rounds, not the first round.
Yeah, right.
Appreciate you for having me. Hey,
Again, y'all keep saying appreciate. Look, y'all always welcome a part of the show. It's the Birds of Broad Street, not Bird. Birds. Bird.
Facts.
You're welcome, Slay. You're always
Yeah,
welcome.
man. But like, I mean, I just love talking about football, college, anything. Like, if it's college, like Matt Corral, like I'm a big fan of Corral. Or if it's Hurts, like, if it's Hurts, like we could talk about him too. It's just like we have so many different like opinions. But hey, it's good to share it out from every different eye.
And that's why it's always all you're different, because everybody has their own opinion about it, and now you get a bunch of different opinions. So
It would just be boring if everyone agreed
decide
with
which
each other.
way they want to roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I like this way? Do I like that way? We
And
It's
get a
not
little bit.
boring when everybody agrees. It's just some people are not creative enough to defend their side when they're they agree on something as well. So, I mean, we can all have two different takes and be just as interested if we all agreed together. But you watch a lot of other podcasts and they don't do that. They just agree with each other and then just move on. But I mean,
That's
like, you
because
come
this
to
is
our
a
show,
family podcast, my brother.
hey, it is what it is.
At the end of the day, like, we all want the team to do great. You know, like, we all got the team in our best interest is what we're arguing about. You know, and whether you believe in Jalen Hurts or not, you know, whether we got a team that can do something or not, it's like at the end of the day, we want our team to do something.
Want to succeed,
Exactly.
and that's what makes it all fun. You get people like my man, you know what I'm saying, East Coast Gridiron coming up on here roasting my man Trey Rock. My man Trey Rock said he had to fire back. So, you all know it makes it all fun. And again, I think everybody has their own different views of this team, how it should be structured, what we think is going to help the team out in the long run. And then, like I said, it's good to even get some just non-Eagle, just people that really, are fans of the perspective, but with some knowledge, like my man did. So, man, y'all know I love this channel because we all get to come up here, have fun with it, all voice our different opinions on how we think this team either could be better. We looking more like we're gonna get worse, or again, sometimes we get some outside perspective. So, man, I love the show, and y'all know anybody on here more than welcome to come in here and drop their knowledge. So that's what we do.
I want everybody to understand. I create the vision. I got Trigger, BIRDGANG, and Notion Gang having the passion, and not just them. It's all you guys. I created the vision. All you guys created the passion. So it is what it is. I give myself a pat in the back, but it's for all you guys. So remember that. It ain't just my show. It's our show. It's the birds. Not just one bird. It's all birds. And speaking of which, this bird is tired. We're exhausted. We got things to do, people to see, things to do, ladies to get. I'm not saying who, but it's your boy, Mizzy Miz, Cool Cat, YouTube representing the birds. Trigger, BIRDGANG, Notion Gang. Send us all home. We got things to do tomorrow. We got a busy week.
Y'all already know.
10 days, y'all. 10 days until the draft. 146 days till the NFL season. We got things to do. Go ahead, Notion. Wrap us up.
Hey, again, y'all make sure check everybody on here that got a channel out. I know what my man East Coast Gridiron got one. Go check him out. My man, Coach Dante, y'all already know. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Check all my brothers out. I don't know if I got one, my man.
B.O.B.S.
Indeed.
Hey, I gotta say this. Much love for the Burst Nation right there. Then, El Capitan Rafael, salute to y'all. And, it's all love for the Burst Nation right there. The Cool Cat, Phil Notion, BIRDGANG, Coach Dante, everybody else in the chat. So, El Capitan Rafael supports you.
Hold on 1 second.
Salute, my
Hold on,
guy.
hold on, hold
And
on.
on that note,
Go ahead, hold on, before you say it.
All right. So 2019, right? The best defense in that conference was Baylor, right? They gave up 19 points a game. Everybody else was over 26
We're never
points a
getting
game.
out of here.
Everybody else in that conference was over 26 points a game. So tell me what great defense you seen.
I've already said that. I already said 2019, 2020 Baylor was the best defense.
All right. We're gonna
And
go ahead, Notion.
next time. Go ahead, Notion. Say it.
As y'all can see, the fun don't never stop. Hey, y'all know we're gonna have to set something up for that because I like the debate. I like the heated, discussion on that. It's always fun. But y'all something to say. And fantastic Eagles Day. It's always fly, Eagles, fly. And until next time, y'all know what it is. Go keep the nose.